Alright, I announced it, so let's get started. If anyone's in here. Yeah, guest stream
There's
today.
Yeah.
someone.
So that is capital N80. Wait, N80. NATO?
Hello.
We're calling him NATO. So yeah, here's the deal with this stream. Eli approached me to do streaming stuff for Touch Arcade. And I said, sure, but I'm just going to talk about roguelikes for like 5 hours. And Eli just said, whatever. So we're going to talk about roguelikes. I have a bunch of people with me that are involved in roguelikes. There's Darren Gray of Roguelike Radio,
Hi.
Ido Yaheli who made Cardinal Quest,
Hello.
Tanya Short who made the recently released Shattered Planet.
Yo.
I have my programmer from Rocket Cat Games. We're working on Wayward Souls together.
Yo.
And I have David, who is a game aficionado and scholar.
I thought you were going to say works at Target.
No, I
That.
why would I say that? Why would I say that you work at Target?
Oh, gee, I wonder. Anyways, go on.
You're gonna be surprised later. Anyway, let's take a look at Shattered Planet. So, Tanya, you want to tell us a little bit about Shattered Planet?
Sure, yeah. So it just came out yesterday, and it's a science fiction themed roguelike. You play as a space captain who's trying to find all of the species and all of the technologies on a shattered world. So we use the metaphor of it being shattered as a reason that it would constantly regenerate, and you're a constantly dying clone, which is kind of the explanation of a little bit of permadeath there, because you lose your items every time you die.
Would you say that this game is inspired by Toe Jam and Earl? Say yes.
Yeah, actually, a few months ago, someone came up to us and was like, this is really like Toe Jam and Earl. And we took it as a huge compliment.
It is a huge compliment. There need to be more games like Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah, it's missing the co-op. We're really looking, our next game is probably going to be co-op.
Oh, nice. Will it be for iOS or a PC?
Probably PC and console, yeah.
Should I run the endless mode or should I do the difficulty hard mode for people, do you think?
Probably endless.
Okay, I'll try that out.
First, at least. And then if you die, then we can check out
Okay.
probably the second challenge. I don't know.
Sure.
It's really hard.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anywhere in this. Well, no, in endless mode I got to level 21.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. I really like the art in this game. The music's great. I like the running away from stuff and the equipment system. So the equipment system in this game is very persistent, as is the leveling. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, you're gathering scrap metal and you're gathering crystals. The scrap metal, you're upgrading your strength and your wits, which are kind of your core stats. And then the crystals, you create new equipment to bring with you. So the equipment's kind of like a really big, but only one-time bonus, because you'll lose it when you die, whereas the scrap is more for smaller incremental bonuses. I had one player kind of describe it as a consolation prize.
It's a leveling up mechanic, basically.
Yeah, and at the end, at least you get to look forward to a little boost, even if you didn't manage to beat your old records.
Oh, Kalasta, there's actually, I believe, 6 hosts for this stream, so... So any other comments on Shattered Planet? Before I get into design stuff? Because we're all designers here, so we're going to start talking about design pretty soon.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we went back and forth a little bit on whether or not to make it free-to-play, but in the end, I think it worked out really well as a free-to-play game, even though we're going to be releasing a premium version on PC later. And it's interesting to see the debate over whether our monetization was fair or not, but that's not really, I guess, central, in my opinion, to how we chose our roguelike mechanic. So I don't know.
Yeah, it seems fair to me. The crystals are basically an energy mechanic, to be honest, because if you run out of crystals, you don't have very good equipment if you blow through it all somehow, but you also get daily gifts for crystals, so... It's
yeah,
like...
I guess that's true. Although you could always just go out naked and get a few crystals, but it's not very efficient until you're slightly higher level. So I guess maybe it starts out as an energy mechanic and gets less and less so over time.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have like 200 crystals at a time, and I dump it all into the best quality loot. and then I die and lose it.
Sounds
Who
fun.
else here has played Cheddar Planet?
I just played it
I just
now.
started.
I actually I had a question for Tanya about it.
Sure.
Just now watching Kappa play it, I noticed that you actually can wait a turn. I didn't realize you could do that. Do you find? I mean, I had the same mechanic in Cardinal Quest. I'm kind of regret having added it. I basically I added it just because I got a lot of flack for not having it. Do you find it kind of like castrates this the challenge of the timing with like creatures like one tile ahead of you, and like otherwise you'd have like the way I was playing it, I wasn't aware that there's waiting. I was just trying to find like a way to get to like the diagonal tile port so that these crabs that take 2 turns, every turn I take are going to take like 2 turns and then going to be next to me, and then I'll get like the first hit and so on. So yeah, so my question is, in a way, does this wait mechanic kind of simplifies in a negative way that mechanic that you have to be kind of clever to get the first hit?
Personally, I think it actually adds a little something, and partially that might be because we're still working on adding a bit more depth to the combat and the tactics. So right now, because there aren't that many alternatives, like you can only just tap on an enemy to attack or to move around it. I think it's a little bit necessary right now. Maybe when we've added more other mechanics, like maybe like weapon powers or things like that, maybe waiting a turn will feel extraneous or even a little bit cheap at that point. But right now, it's actually pretty satisfying.
Yeah, right now I feel that the big thing about the game tactically is not getting hit at all ever, so the waiting a turn helps there. Rui has a question about the potion identification scheme. Are the potions always the same? I mean, will red ones always produce the same effect?
No, so the silver potions you have right now, for example, you have a stack of 3. This is a really good chance for you to experiment with the silver potion. So I would recommend taking it and either throwing it or drinking it. You have a good amount of health, but you don't have any healing items. So
You can drink it?
personally, I would throw it. Yeah, you can drink it. You can throw it on your own at your feet, and that makes you drink it.
Oh, okay. I thought that didn't work.
Yeah.
There might be a
No,
bug or something.
Yeah,
Or I
maybe.
just made a
Some of the
mistake.
potions, it's not very clear what's happening.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can test the green potion as well. And so
Chucking
once
it.
you test the silver one, you'll know for that run, but then from future runs after you die, it'll be reset.
Oh god, I set myself on fire.
Probably what confused me. Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's a real traditional roguelike where every time you play, the potion identification changes.
Yes.
Very
I was
common.
pretty surprised when I threw a potion once and blew up half the level.
I love those potions. I love how it messes up the tile you're on and it shows the fossils underneath you. That's pretty great.
Yeah, we're looking at having other things under there, like secrets you can find, like in the bones of the world kind of thing. But we're not quite there yet.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we're also thinking. I mean, a lot of people, especially people who aren't familiar with roguelikes, they're kind of afraid of losing something. So they're kind of afraid of using their potions, even though it's really important because it's your main healing source. So we're wondering whether maybe we should make them all positive. What do you guys think about that?
I think mostly there just needs to be some sort of meta game for figuring out what the potions are, because right now it's the classic. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. Right now, there's only one way to figure out what the potions are, and that's drinking them. In a lot of roguelikes, there's that way of doing it, of course, but also they give you way more potions than you do in this game. And on top of that, there's usually some hint indicator as to what potion's what without drinking it. Good examples of this are in NetHack. You can put it in a shop and get a price check on them and narrow them down that way. Or mixing potions and figuring them out that way. Jeremy, can you think of anything else? I think I'm leaving something out here.
There's the idea of dropping it on the ground and seeing if your pet will walk over it or not.
Oh, that's a goofy as hell one. But
Yeah. In the
You
context
could
of
give
this,
it to your pet, maybe.
oh yeah.
I'd say in the context of this game, a good way to have, say, maybe a random machine you can find that helps you identify potions. It'd be identify scroll 4 potions.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, for example, I pretty much blow ID scrolls on potions nowadays because they're
Bro, I think
so important.
this has no equivalent to the ID scroll.
Yeah,
No, it
we should
doesn't.
have one of those.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But like a static machine that you can't carry, not a consumable.
Either that or
Maybe.
like a scanning device or a static machine. One or the other. Just some way to identify those potions.
What I was thinking is
error.
you could have some way to, you know how everything has a quality level? Have different potion
Yeah.
types have different quality levels. The problem with that is it's kind of spoilery, but so is, price checking in NetHacker, so on.
Yeah, I mean, you think, but I mean, is a fire potion really lower quality than a regen potion?
It's just arbitrary, pretty much, even in NetHack.
Hmm.
But yeah, some way to
Well-
narrow it down would be nice. Darren?
The problem with any sort of identification system is that you end up getting rid of identification entirely. As in, the system becomes mute. In NetHack, once you have enough ID scrolls.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's kind of risk with anything you introduce.
In Rogue, I think my favorite was actually being able to identify just whether it was positive or negative, like anything I had on me at that moment. But then it was much less likely in that game compared to Shattered Planet of getting a duplicate. So it wasn't quite as overpowering as it
I
probably would
think
be.
another thing that might work is narrowing down some of the potion types, because a lot of them are like buffs, but a lot of the buffs could be just interchanged with each other or made into, pre-identified items. Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
pre-identified item buffs too.
Maybe we could turn those more like, make a few more interesting effects. Or
Yeah,
just
or
throw
cut
some.
some.
Yeah, could definitely do that.
But yeah, I think my biggest problem with the game is the combat not feeling tactical enough to me.
Hmm, that's fair.
Because, so there's the permanent leveling, right? So the strategy for me is to level up my character where I can one-shot things, and then one-shot things so they never hit me.
Mm.
And if something's stronger than me, I run. And the running from stuff part is probably the most interesting part of the game, what saves it, because if a roguelike isn't tactical enough, there's not a lot of point to playing it, in my opinion.
Mm.
But it doesn't
Yeah,
quite fall
yeah,
into the trap of Dungeonism, where it just goes like all grind.
Yeah,
Ito,
you
did
have
you say
to-
something? Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to say, the feeling I got from the game is that it's more of a role-playing game than a strategy game. So, like, you're right, the combat doesn't feel that tactical, but in a way, that might not be that huge of an issue for this game, because that might not be, like, the purpose of it. 'Cause, I mean, if you take, for example, Torchlight, the action RPGs, like, these games are super easy. Like even if the toughest difficulty level, they're still pretty easy. And at the beginning that kind of bothered me because I'm kind of like a tactical player. I want to have challenge. I want to have strategy. But I realized actually that the point of the game isn't really to be sort of like a game like chess where like every step counts and you have to like really think hard. It's more of a relaxed game where you build up a character and it's a bit about the exploration, like exploration in the sense of like discovering all the stuff that's in the game, discovering all the like these cool items and technologies and aliens and whatever, more than the super tactical strategic combat.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. I guess we can ask Tanya, actually. Tanya, what was your intent?
Well, I mean, honestly, we were aiming for something that, was released in a semi-timely manner and keep working on. So I almost consider this on like an early access kind of game. Like, I'm really glad that people are enjoying it and people are playing it. But I hope that they'll keep checking in every now and then because we intend to continue to make the game better for months, if not years.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's a lot of different potential avenues for growth. Like, I don't know if you're going to use that pet you picked up, but
Nah.
a lot of people connect with the companions, or maybe we'll expand the item system or the clone system. I mean, there's just so many things that we could do to make the game. I don't know, both richer and deeper, if you know what I mean.
I do.
So I think there's opportunity for both. It's not mutually exclusive.
Okay, cool.
I do wish that we had more time, you know, to put in even more before we release, but that's how it always is. So
Yeah. Plus, it's tricky to make a more accessible roguelike without throwing out the tactics of it to an extent. We'll get into Ito's game pretty soon because I did not like Cardinal Quest 1 too much because I thought that in its quest for simplicity, it also became a very shallow game tactically. So we'll get
I
into
quite
that
liked
more
it.
later. Oh, bad, everyone's freaking out in the chat. We're not paying attention to the chat.
Who is it?
Darren
Doesn't sound
was
like
just
Eli.
mentioning
I
how
think
he
we're not
likes the
Eli.
levels disintegrating.
Yeah, I really like how the level
Oh,
is
use the
just a
magic crab
static.
sugar. Magic crab sugar.
What? What's going on? So yeah, for people that are coming in late, Eli pretty much just gave me control of the stream for the day and said do whatever you want, so I'm showing off some roguelikes. And that's the story of that. Okay, I see the
Tanya-
death note, Tanya. Should I chant or decode the death note?
Well, I think it depends on your stats. You have a higher strength, so maybe chance?
Okay. I feel stronger. Oh, I got a temp buff. Yeah, I really like that system. It's like little choose your own adventure things you could find, and it does stat rolls, and it gives you like little story events depending on what happens. Just like in Dungeons of Fate.
Yeah. Yeah, we there's a few that have special follow-ups as well. Which
Very
I think this
cool.
one does, actually.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. I like the one where you have to kiss the skull and then it comes up to you later and gives you a gift.
Yeah, well, it offers to smooch you, yes.
Damn it, I got hit.
Oh no!
I'm playing aggressively now so I can get to the next roguelike actually, because I'm pretty sure I could do another 20 thing run with this character.
Probably, you're pretty powerful now. But you're not going to turn into a crab? Or show off the pet?
I'll show off the pet. How do I turn into a crab?
You use the
Oh!
crab sugar,
Oh wow.
and now the crabs won't attack you.
Let's test that. I got attacked by the iron crab. You lied to me.
Well, oh.
I'll get my venomous crablet pet out. Is that a good idea?
I guess maybe the mechanical crab can see you.
Are you lying to me again?
No, normal organic crabs, they can't tell. Oh. Yeah, he's not supposed to attack you.
You just want me to
I'll have
die.
fix that bug, maybe.
Tanya, is it okay if we refer to the scrap metal as Doritos?
Oh, yeah, it was-
absolutely. We call them grilled cheese most of the time.
Oh,
Do you have like a some sort of deal with Doritos as a free-to-play game to like shield their
Oh,
product?
Good. Oh my god, and we should change the crystals to be Mountain Dew.
Oh wow, we had not even touched upon this idea.
Oh jeez, I have to email them now.
This is Shattered Planet, Stogie. It just recently came out. It's free. It's worth checking out.
But yeah, I actually have to head out. I have a launch party to organize, but it was really nice talking with you guys. Thank you so much for showing us how to do it.
Oh yeah, thanks for being on.
And I'll talk to you later, Peppa.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care.
Oh no, I fell off the cliff. So just like in Toe Jam and Earl, you can fling yourself off a cliff in this game, and it'll take 30 health and get you to the next level. But that time I didn't have enough health, so I just got murdered.
I really like the tile sets in this game. There's a
Oh yeah,
lot
I
of
love the tile
variation.
sets. I love how when you tap a tile, it like plinks down for a second.
That's pretty
What?
cool.
Those Dorito snack machines.
I do like those Doritos snack machines. All right, let's move on to Cardinal Quest 2, which I very much enjoyed.
Alright.
Just loading. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I did not like Cardinal Quest 1 at all, actually. I found it way too simple, but you made some pretty... Wait, did you design this game, Ito?
Well, I'll start with a bit of the story of Cardinal Quest 2. Basically, I've made Cardinal Quest 1. I was the main person behind that, and basically it was super rushed to development because I had no money and I had to release it really early. And post-release, I brought over a friend of mine called Rory O'Sullivan, who did, just help me support the game and like make bug fixes and new features and stuff like that in exchange for a profit share. And basically the deal was that he just maintains Cardinal Quest, and in addition, in exchange to getting a share of the profits. And we had we had like a big text file saying like what kind of stuff do we want to do in it, and it grew and grew as these things tend to do.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it just kind of turned into Cardinal Quest 2.
Oh, interesting.
So Cardinal Quest 2 is mainly Rory's baby. I mean, obviously I still feel a lot of ownership of it because I have a lot of myself in Cardinal Quest, and it has been like an incremental work over Cardinal Quest 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel a lot of I do feel a lot of myself in the game, but it's also Rory's game. The thing about Cardinal Quest 1, you were saying it was too simple, and that is true to an extent. A lot of it was due to the time. Cardinal Quest 1, it was released a bit over 2 years ago, which means I started working on it about 3 years ago. And at that time, I loved roguelikes, but basically roguelikes were this super niche genre. Like basically people were playing stuff like NetHack and Dungeon Crawl and so on, and it wasn't very accessible.
Yeah.
And I just thought, it kind of sucks that these cool games don't get to people just because they're too obscure, they're too obtuse. People don't know them, and even if they didn't find out about them, they don't want to play them because they don't seem appealing to him. So the main thing I focused on Cardinal Quest 1, the thing that was most important to me was really streamlining it and doing the interface and making it really kind of like the roguelike for the rest of us, kind of like the roguelike for people who don't usually play roguelikes.
Yeah.
Which explains why for people who do play roguelikes, it's probably less interesting because they want to like jump straight into the complex stuff. They don't want to. They don't want the hand holding. They don't want an easier game.
Mm-hmm.
They want like the super deep strategy tactical game.
What I like about Cardinal Quest 2 is it remains simple, except it doesn't remove any interesting, meaningful choices like I thought Cardinal Quest 1 did.
Yeah, it improved a bunch of stuff. There's a couple of things I really like about it. Like for example, leveling up in Cardinal Quest 1 was kind of meaningless. It just gave you more health.
Yeah.
A lot of that is just, again, simply I didn't have time to do something more than that. It was really developed in like a frenzy, like 5.5 month development time, and really just was like released the moment that I didn't have money to continue working on it.
Exactly.
So
Darren, did you get a chance to play this game?
I've played a number of betas of it, and I've been very impressed with Cardinal Quest 2. It's got a lot more depth than Cardinal Quest 1, with a huge amount of polish.
Mm-hmm.
The different adventure campaigns are a really great addition. They make it really more replayable, so I've been very, very happy with it.
Jeremy, did you get a chance?
I was just excuse me. I was just saying before about hold on. I have a phone. You guys have.
Okay.
I unfortunately wasn't able to get it working. I put it on my test phone, and there was a problem with the display. It wasn't showing in the right size, and I couldn't get it to run.
That sucks.
I don't know if it's just because my test phone runs a older version of iOS.
Yeah, maybe. A lot of games that I was going to show here don't run anymore because I had to update my OS recently.
Yep. Graphical style really reminds me of the older Ultima games,
Oh, yeah.
but like, prettier colors.
Yeah. More of a palette.
But yeah, like you were saying, how the simplicity of Cardinal Quest 1 kind of helped people, it's like a gateway roguelike, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
and then slowly ramping up the complexity in the sequel.
Yeah, I think Ito was saying earlier that he kind of wishes that the sequel was the first one now, because to me, this is like the perfect mix. It's still really accessible because the complexity are essentially just either-or decisions when you pick up loot and what you want to put your leveling points in. Stupid basilisk.
we basically learned a lot from the first one when making two. Like one of the things that really didn't work in the first one was the inventory. So if you remember, inventory in Cardinal Quest 1 was automatic, which was good because I didn't want to have like this whole inventory Tetris sort of game. I wanted to keep you in the action. But in order to be able to make that automatic, I needed to also make all the items kind of comparable to one another, so I could say automatically like, is this better or is it not? And that sort of sacrifice, the sacrifice to simplicity, definitely harmed the depth of the game. So that's one concession to simplicity to the depth that we have made in the sequel, where hold on. Yeah, so that's one. So that's one compromise we've made on the second one to add depth at the extent of a bit more complexity, but that really enabled us to really make all the items really meaningful, or not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of meaningful. Another big difference I was saying before is about the leveling system. Which is, again, kind of the same thing. Like now when you level up, you kind of have to stop the game and like think.
Yeah, I think it adds like a nice little pause to.
Right. So that's like another thing. It's doing exactly the same compromise as the equipment thing. Like with one, it was really important for me at the beginning to really just like never let you stop, like have like constant action going on. Like I thought that it was like the thing that's gonna make it like really smooth and make people who are usually not roguelike players enjoy. And yeah, we've had more data to work with and realized that actually this sort of pacing that does help here. In addition to the obvious advantage that it adds a little bit of strategy to the game.
I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah, and it also adds a bit of like character customization.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You can do different builds on different runs.
Yeah, like you actually feel like you're building like your own character.
Yeah.
And another thing that I thought was a really good idea about the change here was the thing that basically we wanted to kind of let you have the ability to take more chances on occasion. So for example, one way of doing that is that because on Cardinal Quest 2, once you clear a level, you heal up to 100%. You get these occasions where like, okay, I'm kind of wounded, but I'm about to clear this level. Maybe I'm gonna take this chance in order to do something that might be risky because I'm gonna get this free heal, and heals like a really
valuable resource.
Really expensive, and they don't come very often in Cardinal Quest. So again, it's like the same thing of adding this another sort of interesting decision to the game that didn't exist before.
Yeah, I'm on the boss floor now.
Sorry, what?
I'm on the boss floor for the first act. And I had like 0 health that entire previous level, so...
Right.
Yeah, this is Cardinal Quest 2. It's free on the App Store. I'm just responding to the chat. I think I missed some people, though. I'm doing some pro MLG speedrunning. Calasta. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this game. I especially like all the different classes. There's 6, aren't there?
Yeah, there are 6 classes, and each class has further customization. So beyond the skill tree thing, you also have perks and starting equipment that you can choose for each class. And that normally, like perks, they're not like straight up advantages compared to the default perk. They're more like for making the game different. So like might make you a bit faster, but more vulnerable, and so on. So that's another bit of trying to give you a bit more ammo, a bit more options to play the game differently.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought the free-to-play system was extremely fair because The free-to-play stuff does not interfere with the game design whatsoever. It's just extra classes, different ways to play the game. I believe that's it.
Yeah, that was really important to us. Well, there was one thing that, like once you die, you can spend coins to get back into the game.
Hmm.
But otherwise it's just more content. It's just like adding more, more classes, more perks, more starting equipment and stuff like that.
The only thing about this game that I've seen other people point out, and what I just did just now, is you can tap your character over and over again to refresh all your abilities. And that hurts your score, possibly, but otherwise there's no penalty due to no hunger clock.
Hmm. Yeah, well, and another thing about this supposedly no hunger clock, if you just fast turns too much, it basically just adds, you're recharging your skills, but it spawns 0 XP monsters in the
Oh,
level.
I didn't know that.
And, yeah, so that should probably be made a bit more explicit.
Yeah.
And these are obviously bad for you because there's like you're
They'll
not
murder
gaining
you.
anything from
I'm gonna die.
monsters.
That was a
Yeah,
mistake.
Hmm.
Oh, Ank. Got an extra life. When you play on normal mode, you get an extra life for free for any character. I'm playing much more aggressively than I usually play.
Yeah, Cardinal Quest is kind of meant to be played a bit aggressively.
Not this
kind of-
aggressively though, I just kind of renegade crap.
It might be a bit over the top.
But yeah, I had no idea about these 0 experience monsters. That's a pretty good reason not to jam resting on your character over and over. I got my final level up.
Yeah, I got that idea from Dark God, the guy that made Tome 4 and
Oh,
all the
cool.
other Tome games. So yeah, that was a bit of advice I got from him because I was kind of I had this issue. I didn't know what to do, how to make not not cheese the whole waiting thing.
Right, exactly.
Right now, I really wish though that the penalty would have been higher, and also that like I wouldn't have caved in to players asking for a wait key and like not had a wait key at all.
Yeah,
I think
you see a lot of the super efficient roguelikes out that don't have a wait key and make that part of the
Yeah.
tactical
It's part of the
design of the
challenge,
combat.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you need the wake key in this, though. Otherwise, people would just go back and forth between 2 tiles.
Oh,
It's got
yeah.
such large dungeons that you've got this big tactical space that's open, so it doesn't have that really tight tactical environment where not having a wake key really makes a difference.
Well, it does have these some tight corridors, and you can hide behind trees and so on, depending on the level.
Yeah, there's a few sections, but I think having wake key is actually the right thing for this, and you've got a bit of a balancing mechanic, and the hardcore players will, do their best to get the most efficient runs. And I think
Right.
that's fine. It gives people the chance to play at their own pace, which is quite important for making it accessible.
Oh, one last thing. I kind of wish that when you open this door, you just like your keys disappeared or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, Rui and Thok. I have no idea if this is going to be a regular thing. Probably could be. Just talk about roguelikes for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, Eli said I could stream whatever I wanted as long as I didn't talk about anime girls for like 3 hours straight. Which I'm going to do next time.
Just 2.5 hours then.
2.5 hours, yeah, that's the trick to it.
Saving that for the next stream, getting our notes ready.
I'm gonna run away. You can do it, pet. Oh, what the hell? No! The game crashed!
Oh,
Callisto wants to know if you're doing anything about cloud saving.
cloud saving? Well, it saves to Game Center. Like it saves your achievements and stuff to Game Center. I don't know if that answers the question.
Damn it. Yeah, when it crashes, at least it saves the last level you were on.
Yeah, it always saves like where you've been to. if the question was if like the save game that like you're now resuming is saved to cloud, then that's no. But like everything else, like basically like the rounds like runs in Cardinal Quest aren't supposed to be like something that you play for like hours on end. It's supposed to kind of be take you like 15 minutes to either die or do like a successful one, or maybe like 20 minutes or half an hour. So yeah, I didn't really feel there was really a reason to make save games like passable between devices, which I guess is what people are asking.
Yeah, I really do love the pacing of this game too. Because with the old traditional roguelikes, Darren, like, I'm thinking of a lot of them, and they had 8-hour playthroughs, and you'd get to the end of hour 8, and then you'd die.
Mm.
So newer roguelikes get around that by having much faster playthroughs, like an hour or two seem common with a lot of these iOS roguelikes at least.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see they're saying about like saving the progress from morale and stuff. So yeah, that should be saved actually. That stuff should be saved. If it's not, if not, then it's some sort of bug, but it, like should actually be saved.
I'm gonna run from this Minotaur this time. That seems like a good thing to do. Oh wait, I have potions. I can use potions. Mana potion? No thanks. Attack potion, I'll try that. Okay, sleep seems to be the best spell in this game, really. It's my favorite anyway. Now I'm gonna get murdered.
You're really angering those minotaurs.
Why are Minotaurs so angry all the time? I really like this game. I've been playing it a lot as my go-to when I have any free time whatsoever game. So the whetstones, Ito, are you supposed to hoard those? Is that like the strategy there?
Basically, you're not supposed to hoard anything.
Yeah, if you change your weapon, you lose the bonus, right?
Yeah, but like I think having had that bonus for a while you had your weapon is probably still like be worth it. I mean yeah, you can use it in a bad time and like just before you change your weapon. But generally, yeah, you're not supposed to like hoard them for like 8 levels and use them all at the end.
That is totally what I do. I have like 4 whetstones at the end that I make a God King weapon.
Yeah, and that's like a viable strategy. You can't do that. It's kind of like like amassing your points in Diablo 2 and like putting them all in the high level skills.
Yeah, it's a cheese strategy.
It's not necessarily, yeah, but it's not necessarily like it's not always the most effective way of playing the game.
Okay.
It is sometimes.
It is not condoned, but it's permissible. Alright, full healing potion, I win. Gonna kill that boss this time.
BC Redonk wants to know if there's somewhere where the equipment is listed as better because he keeps equipping stuff that's worse.
I don't understand that question because the equipment screen is pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, you see the the red down arrows and green up arrows that kind of tell you if equipment is better or worse and like which stats, and then you kind of need to make the decision yourself, like do you want more speed or less damage and stuff like that. So like it doesn't tell you like outright this is better than the other one because you have to make the decision yourself, but it tells you like what it does better and what it does worse.
Oh well, that's bad. The end boss just slowed me down, and now I'm Roguelike far away.
2 keys in your inventory. What's up with that?
I really like to collect keys. It's like a nervous thing, maybe? Okay, I'm wailing on the end boss. I'm gonna do this. That was way the hell better than my previous rod.
Boss Minotaur.
I did it. Act 1 clear.
Congratulations.
Congratulations from the developer himself. But yeah, I love this game. I might rate it later, just not now. Hit remind me later. So yeah, we have Fighter, Thief, Wizard, Ranger, Pugilist, and Paladin. like all these classes. So fighter is pretty much the stock whack things until they die. Thief is a stealth class. His main thing is invisibility, and he can backstab things. Wizard is a long-range character, would you say?
Yeah, it's like a fireball machine gun sort of thing.
And Ranger is a weaker ranged attack, but also has a dog, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Right. Yeah. It kind of seems to me a lot of people don't really use the dogs much. Like you got an ability that kind of like motivates the dog going somewhere and gets a temporary boost to stats when you're like telling him to go somewhere. Yeah, might need to make it a bit more explicit that people should know that you actually should send your dog like quite often to where you
Yeah,
want.
I actually tried doing a
to
range build with the Ranger, and I hated it. So I made a dog build. I put everything into the dog, and it was way more effective for me.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of his thing. The range thing is more for the sorcerer.
Okay, so Pugilist is like fighter, but more of a finesse character because she gets abilities that like knocks things back and knocks things down, and gives you damage boost if you like trip everyone up with a single sweep. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like a monk class in D&D.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit less generic than the fighter. Like the first three classes are really like super generic D&D stuff.
Totally
And
works though.
The last three are supposed to be, like a bit more sophisticated.
So the Paladin, I have interesting thoughts about the Paladin because I like the concept of it, but what the Paladin is, it's a faith spell class, which are the blue spells.
Right.
But you actually hurt yourself if you cast red magic, the more wizardry spells. But I've had like 3 games in a row where I just get red spells.
Yeah, might need to tweak the weighting on that random stuff that gives you a bit less of stuff you can't use. Although it is useful like to be able to use the red spell sometimes. Like it's again this sort of decision that you have to make. Is it worth the sacrifice? But yeah, obviously you'd not.
You'd want more
to do it
blue
on,
than
like, a
red,
regular
though, yeah.
basis.
But yeah, very cool. I will be playing this for a while. It's got a huge amount of replay value. I haven't even scratched the 3rd area yet, actually. Or not even the 2nd area too much. I beat in the 2nd area only as the fighter. 3 areas, and then you have 3 difficulty levels, and it seems like the difficulty levels actually change up how enemies act a lot, too.
Yeah, they're quite significant. Like I'd suggest people who aren't like haven't been playing much roguelikes to really not try doing it like jumping to the 2 difficult ones, because it is quite harsh. But yeah, again, that's another thing we learned from 1, because 1 really kind of like optimizes for the new players, for people who aren't used to playing roguelikes, and we got some flack about that, about how like the game's too easy. It's not interesting if you're like a hardcore roguelike player. So that's where the difficulty stuff came in. So that to give you the chance of really playing like a WoW traditional roguelike that's trying to kill you at every corner. But yeah, but the vision of the game is like at its default is not like a super duper harsh game. It's if you play it on normal, it's a bit forgiving, and
Right,
it's,
exactly.
It's supposed to be that way. That you're not like if you make a mistake, it's not game over.
No, you get that free lifesaver thing too. So.
Right. Yeah, and all the enemies are they're a bit dumber and a bit weaker and so on. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move to the next roguelike pretty soon. But thanks for being on, Ido.
thank you. I'm actually gonna have to head to bed right now.
Oh yeah.
But it was great being on the podcast. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
Oh man, Zaga. Did everyone hear on the stream the little guy saying Zaga when I opened this game up?
Oh no, I missed it.
That's too bad.
I'm waiting
Hold
for
on.
it.
Wait, maybe I can still catch it. Hold on.
Darren, you there?
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about Zaga 33?
So Zaga 33 started off as a 7-day roguelike made by Michael Bro, who's very well known for making really thoughtful, interesting games. And Zaga 33 actually started off when he realized that all of his plans for making roguelikes ended up being way too big. So he thought, well, let's just try and cut it down to the absolute most basic thing. And this is what he made, which you can see Keppa playing there on the stream now. And it's a very tight tactical game. You can move in 4 directions. You can use a few abilities that you pick up. You got a minimal amount of hit points. Enemies mostly die in 1 or 2 hits. And although there's not many options to it, everything is so tight that it really makes it a very thoughtful, engaging experience. You're having to really think about every move.
I like to think about
really
this
fun.
as like a hybrid of a roguelike and a board game, because the design decisions are just so efficient that it's
Yeah,
almost like playing a single-player board game.
I always think of roguelikes as being a bit like single-player board games. A lot of the features of roguelikes, they have a lot of the good things about board games. Like, you know, you can't undo mistakes in board games. Everything's always kind of fresh and designed to be replayable. So it's a lot of them have a similar feel, especially when they put a lot of thought into the design, into the elements. But you're right, especially the way you can see the whole level at once. That's
Yes.
very board gamey in a way. And his other game, 868 Hack, has the same thing. I think we're going to get onto that later. But this is great for seeing just how much you can cut out of the usual roguelike formula.
Pretty much
And
everything.
still have pretty much everything. And you can still have a really, really good roguelike.
I've forgotten so much about this game. I haven't played it in a while. It's starting to come back to me, though. It's all coming back.
Every enemy type has very specific patterns that you need to know to be able to get to the level alive.
Yes, if you know their AI, for the most part, they're very easy to predict, or at least possible to predict. Oh, and you can't rest a turn in this one. That's a big thing about this game.
Yeah, that's the huge thing that makes it difficult.
So you end up like, there's a weird strategy in this game where you can blow an item just to waste a turn on purpose. So they move to you and then you hit them. So yeah, I'm a huge, huge fan of this game. Even though I stopped playing it so much because his new game came out, 868 Hack, which we'll be getting to. Concentrating.
The nice thing about this, especially when it came out, was that there's so many attempts to make mobile roguelikes, which were really the old style of roguelikes filled with loads and loads of stuff, you know, net hack kind of.
Yes, and they
everything
totally
was
don't
really
work.
interesting, yeah. Whereas this showed that actually the right way forward is to cut as much as possible out, and it still works. I think people didn't realize before this game and Cardinal Quest just how much you can cut out and still have a great roguelike, and it works so much better for mobile.
Would you say this game's pretty influential? Because I noticed after this game, you had a lot of people making games super simplified roguelikes, super efficient roguelikes. I died.
Death will happen. That's inevitable. I think Cardinal Quest was the first, and then this kind of followed us. But then I think it was it's been a gradual thing, shifting over time. There was a game called Powder as well before either of those.
I'm not sure if I'd call Powder a super simple roguelike, though.
Well, it's compared with NetHack, it really is.
I see.
When it
Compared to
came out,
NetHack, anything's super simple. Like brain surgery is super simple.
You got to remember that with the roguelike scene, it used to all be everything was trying to be NetHack. Everyone making a new roguelike was trying to make their game NetHack, but with more stuff.
Right. For our game, for Mage Gullen and Wayward Souls, we wanted to be like NetHack too, and it turns out that's a horrible idea.
Well, unless you make Dwarf Fortress, in which case.
That's still a horrible idea, as I talk to the dwarf bros
Horrible
all the
and
time.
beautiful at once.
So yeah, a lot of people in the chat know about 868 Hack, which is nice to see.
Yeah. Although I saw recently in an interview with Michael Bro, it's only had something like 16,000 purchases.
16,000, that's not bad. I mean, a lot of games that are successful on the App Store that you hear success stories about, indie ones, don't actually have that many downloads.
Yeah.
There's exceptions though, like Threes has a shitload now, but
And when 868 Hack came out, it was priced at $5, I think, or possibly even more. And a lot of people said, "This is horrible. Why would you do this?" But it's the only way to actually make a game affordable. And of course, it's
yeah, if you're making a niche game, you may as well do whatever the hell you want. For pricing, I mean.
I think Zaga came out. I think he priced it at 99 cents because everyone told him if you make an app, you have to price it 99 cents.
I told him $3. I talk to him sometimes. Yeah, if you're a fan of roguelikes, it's Zaga's worth it. 868 Hag is definitely worth it. How am I gonna get past this? I gotta live.
868 hack will be coming up later in the stream, right?
Yes, it will. We're doing that next, I think. Or we might do
It's up to
Hoplite
you,
next.
man.
I'm not sure. It is up to me. I've got all the power.
And none of the responsibility.
Yeah, it's great.
So how do you find it playing and talking at the same time? That was
It's
kind of
fine.
difficult with streaming. With a game like this where you're constantly making decisions.
Well, I wasn't playing so great in Cardinal Quest. Usually I'm like much better at these games, but I feel that if you're streaming, you don't want to play super perfectly anyway, because it's not entertaining to see a perfect run, for the most part, unless you're doing like a super impossible perfect run. This
That's
is
very
Zaga
true.
33. It's what is the price now on this?
I don't know. I
I
can
have
look it
no
up.
idea. Yeah, someone look it up. Yeah, this is his first game before 868 Hex, Zaga 33. A lot of similar ideas. This was like
99
his
cents on
practice
iOS.
game. Oh yeah, for 99 cents, this is like a brainless pickup if you're interested in these games at all. The pad I guess we'll see pretty soon when I try to get 868 Hack to work. The slug guys are really weird. The ones I'm seeing right now. Well, you'll see it in like 10 seconds. And I think their thing is they just move randomly, but they kind of bait you too. I never fully understood the pattern.
One thing I like is when you add a little bit of randomness to an enemy's movement, people will start inventing ideas of what their patterns are.
Yeah, I have no idea how it works. I don't even get to try.
I made a game once with enemies that just move randomly, entirely randomly.
Mhm.
I found some discussion once of people advising on what sort of tactics these enemies use and how to get around the tactics that they used. It honestly was coded completely random. It just moved.
Oh,
But people
funny.
saw patterns that weren't there.
Oh, that was bullshit.
Great.
The slug just stopped moving what I expected him to move it to be, so I got hit.
People are pretty amazing at inventing patterns to explain randomness.
Yeah, I think we're hardwired to do this. There's many examples outside of roguelikes. Oh, I hit I hit a random. So in this one, it takes the potion identification or scroll identification from traditional roguelikes and adapts it to a much simpler idea, where you find these random items and they're all one-use items, and they don't get revealed what they do until you actually use them for the first time. And I just got lucky and used one at random, and it teleported me to the exit instantly. So that's like good luck on top of good luck on top of good luck. Diego, I don't think Corrupt was a roguelike necessarily, though, or at all.
No, it didn't have any procedural content.
No. Should we define that for people? Because, like, the modern definition of roguelike is super vague.
Yeah.
So, for the purposes of this stream, let's call roguelikes procedural generation, let's say meaningful exploration of procedural generation, because if you just see procedural generation, that's vague too. Permanent death, or some form of permanent death, because I've seen games with like a light form of it. Is what else? Turn-based, and anything else, Darren? Would you add?
Tactical. It's got to have some
Tactical,
tactics
yes,
to it
that's a
to
good one.
really-
Oh yeah, I
And it's gotta
talked
be
about that before
replayable,
too.
too.
Right. Well, I think the permanent death and the procedural exploration really lend itself to replay value anyway.
Yeah, that's the purpose of them. But then, I mean, I think some people look at games in a very tick listy kind of way, and just have this, and this. And it's
Right.
not just about being a tick list. It's about combining together to.
In a meaningful way, yeah. Because if it's just a game of permanent death and just a game of random content, it doesn't really work unless they're designed to work with each other, if that makes sense.
You can have games with that, and they're just very arcadey games. But roguelikes are more about that chess-like feel. Of
Yeah.
kind of thinking
So
through your moves.
the tactics, and also I think a big thing is the exploration is a big deal. Because arcade games really don't give you that sense of exploration that a roguelike does.
Yeah, I always find roguelikes kind of put you in the seat of something, so you feel like you're kind of in that character's role. Role playing in the very literal sense.
Yeah. BC Redonk, Shattered Planet has light permadeath, and Rogue Legacy had light permadeath, and a bunch of games really, a bunch of the newer roguelikes. It's a nice way to get people into it.
It's a really fun play on the old style of having a bit of progression across all games, so you don't feel as bad when you die.
Yeah, it's a very nice way of doing it. I forget how many levels. It wasn't 33, was it? Because I'm not gonna make it to level 33.
I think it's 13. Oh wait, no.
I'm in 14 right now, and now I'm very carefully weighing my options here. Everyone can see my screen at this point, so let me know what I should do.
Nuke.
Should I nuke?
Nuke 'em.
Ah, okay, fine.
You got a big open room and there's no getting across that.
No. Yeah, nuke hits everyone for 1, and most importantly, it wastes a turn. Which is very nice for me. See, this guy
You
right here is on
counter
a
diagonals.
diagonal of me. So now I can't hit him unless I waste a turn somehow. That's the only way to do it. So I'm going to go down here and waste a turn by attacking this guy I don't need to attack. And now I can kill this guy. So yeah, it's a very, very simple game, but it's got such a high level of tactics to it. It's extremely impressive. Killing this slug. Leave me alone. Damn it! I swear to God. I got a lot of heal, so I'm just gonna go nuts. Crap! They're all on diagonals, every single one of them. Forever.
You've got to waste a turn.
No. Oh wow, Flappy Roguelike is a real game?
Yep, it's really when you make Flappy Bird turn-based, it gets a bit too easy.
Yeah. Well, in the last update Dong Yujin made for the game, before he took it down, he fixed the hitboxes of the game, which also made the game easy, it turns out. Oh, freaking turrets. I remember these. I'll blow a heal and then sneak by. Ah, damn it. Damn it. That probably wasn't the most efficient thing I could have done. Ah, crap. Yeah, I forgot all my turret strategies. I'm gonna get murdered. Guess I could nuke, but it really wouldn't help against the turrets, would it? Could bomb, but that wouldn't do anything either. I think I just have to take it.
It's your last level as well.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, huh. Yeah, and I'm really thinking, while listening to the soothing whale song music of this game. Okay, I'm gonna go up. That wasn't a great decision. Gonna nuke. Gonna go up again. Gonna hope they run into me. One at a time. I'm gonna nuke twice, screw it. If you nuke twice, it just
Yeah.
kills everything.
Yeah, just nuke them all.
Nuke them all. But I could regret that decision later, too. It's a life full of regrets. Damn it!
Now
No!
you're playing a roguelike.
No! Leave me alone.
I
Crap!
lied.
I'm not dead yet. I still got some fight in me. It's like everything's a bad decision right now. I can do it. I can do this. No. Okay. So I have to blow a heal. And that'll waste a turn, and they'll both wail on me. But at least I'll get out. Wow. That was bad. Not even to the boss yet. Yeah, I've forgotten a lot of my turret strategy. It's coming back now, but at this point I'm gonna die. But some things you can do for the turrets is you can get drones out. That helps. You can get an enemy between you and the turret and bait it, because they won't shoot you with an enemy in front of him. And now this thing's gonna mess with me forever.
Ooh, in a nasty situation now.
Uh.
It's 25 levels actually.
Oh yeah, I am not gonna make it at all. Let's see how far I can get. Damn it, I'm in the wrong side too, and there goes my drone, and the slugs are nuking me. Okay, how far can I get on this floor? And the answer is not very. Oh. Oh, freeze. Save me. Running for the exit, just booking it. Level 21.
I'm about one floor behind in the stream, but your description seems to apply no matter what floor you're on.
I've just get horribly beaten into submission at this point by Zaga 33. I messed up in the beginning too, because a lot of this game is making sure you have a really nice run in the beginning so you can hoard resources. And I forgot how important that was, so I got off on the wrong foot anyway. I could summon a drone.
I always feel with this game, you always feel like it was your own fault when you die.
That's very important in roguelikes. If it like doesn't feel like your own fault, then it's crap. Then it's basically just like a slot machine that takes 2 hours to pull the thing once. The lever. That's my opinion anyway.
I have seen like a lot of people say, you know, FTL is too random.
FTL is too
Actually,
random.
If you master the game, it's completely not.
Oh, no, there's one exception to that. If you're unlucky, a weapon shop might not generate. And some ships need a weapon shop to generate for you to win the game, or there's no way in hell.
I have won the game without visiting shops.
Oh yeah, what ship?
I think it's probably the NGA, which is a very easy ship.
Okay. I guess it depends
yeah.
on the ship, because I'm pretty sure I could win with the Kestrel A too, without a shop. If I was like playing perfectly. But it's like a Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup where not all the classes are good classes, and they don't tell you which ones are the challenge classes or not. I think that's like a point of pride with the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup people, where there's like the ogre, and that's like the giggly joke class, where it's not like a fantasy ogre that crushes things, it's like you're playing as Shrek. Would you say that's accurate, Darren?
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
You got donkey and everything?
So, I mean, with FTL, I will say, I found that, like, they're actually very well designed, the different ships, to teach you certain strategies.
Mm-hmm.
FTL, incidentally, is coming to iOS.
Yeah, on April 3rd.
In a week, which is brilliant. It's going to be fantastic on iOS, I think.
I absolutely got murdered in Zaga 33. So let's move on to Michael Bro's next game,
You got
868
murdered
Hack.
so close to the end. It was a
Yeah,
good run.
pretty close.
Very good run.
Oh, here's the... No, it wasn't a good run. Here's the tutorial. Everyone gets to see the tutorial. So it's swiping, and with this game, your character, if you swipe towards an enemy and there's an enemy there, you'll actually shoot it instead of moving, which is very interesting as a choice. Another interesting choice is you have this mining mechanic, where you tap it, and all the tiles on the map have little resource indicators. So when you tap it, it gives you those resources. So in this way, every single tile in this game is important, even the wall tiles, because if you siphon the wall tile, mine the wall tile, you get abilities or points, depending. So yeah, I have an ability now called Demon Bomb, and when I press it, it destroys the closest demon-type enemy, and also stuns them.
We're not seeing the game in the stream. It's looking black.
Oh! Oh no, what happened? Let me see.
I believe someone said Eli was having problems getting this working on a stream too.
Did it destroy my stream? Damn it!
Ooh. Could be something to do with, I know you use a lot of fancy shaders.
Maybe.
It's such a pretty game that you can't see it. So
Yeah, well, imagine I'm playing 868 Hack right now. Just in your mind's eye. So damn, I guess we can't show 868 Hack.
That's a shame.
That's a pretty good joke, Jayco. This is the epitome of minimalist visuals. Alright, well, buy 868 Hack. That's my opinion of 868 Hack. Too bad you can't see it.
I will say one of the things it does is this swipe type of movement, which I think is really good as control for mobile roguelikes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's much better than tap to move.
There's an option for that in Zaga 33 also. I think it used to be the default option, but he changed it. So this is Hoplite, which may or may not be inspired by Michael Bro's minimalistic roguelike stuff. So this one is a... Oh, I'm dead.
Ready?
Yeah, the tutorial, it's a runaway tutorial, so this game is hex-based, which I always thought was a pretty good idea for iOS roguelikes. And it's based on abilities, but all the abilities are highly tactical. So that tutorial just taught me how to do jumping in the game, which is one of your abilities. And I think in this game... Oh, I was not paying attention to the tutorial at all. Oh, okay, I see. So all the enemies are very deterministic, which means they always act the same way. And you can see like what their firing patterns are and everything. So I'll explain really quick. So I just tapped an enemy and it shows me his firing patterns. And he's blocking the exit, but what I can do is use my jump ability to jump over his line of fire and get away with him. Now it's teaching me about backstabbing. If you get sort of to the side of an enemy or you jump over an enemy, you stab him in the back as a free attack. You actually can't attack enemies directly, which is very interesting. And I just did a double backstab right there. I first played this game on my brother's Android device, and it's I was very impressed by it, and I waited for it to move to iOS, and now it's there. Darren, you've played this before, right?
I've played this extensively. It's yeah, it's a game I really, really like.
Yes. And I think the iOS version, it definitely has new graphics. I don't know how I feel about that. I like the old ones because it was like the Oryx tile set. I like that guy.
The original 7-day roguelike had some old style graphics, and then a new tile set was made for the commercial version that he made. But I don't know. I like them both, to be honest. One thing about the new style actually is I always find that the main character looks a little bit too much like the people.
Oh, definitely. It looks like a monster. Hey, Rui. Yeah, this and Zaga kind of blend the line between a roguelike and a puzzle game, I think, too. So, Kalasta, how you attack in this game is kind of interesting. You can't attack enemies directly for the most part. I'll explain again when I actually attack someone. So, let's see here. They're attacking me now, so I gotta be careful. Okay, so I can't attack this guy directly. But what I can do is, if I move to the side of this guy next to me, I'll get a free backstab in on him. So it's an auto attack thing, but only if I move to the side of him, like circling him. With this archer, he's a tile away, but I have a spear in my hand, so I can either throw the spear or I can do a lunging attack on this guy by moving from a tile away near him. But the interesting thing about that is if I throw my spear, I lose my lunging attack, which is the most direct way to attack people in this game. Oh, is everyone picking on Eli in the stream?
Looks like it.
Eli, I don't see what your problem is with people, because I've been playing all these games for the first time too, and I'm doing great. I'm just doing awesome. What should I get here? So I found a level up altar, and I can get increase max health, increase throw distance, increase maximum energy, or reduce cooldown.
I always find at this stage getting a bit more maximum health helps, just more of a damage buffer.
Okay.
Is energy for your jumping?
It's for jumping only, I believe.
That seems like the most tactical one.
It doesn't give you a huge amount of energy.
What the hell do I do with the mage? Oh, I'm just going to throw my spear at him. Which I can't do. He's too far away. Do the mages always attack like this? Oh, no, wait, that's a firebomb guy. Okay. Gotta evade everyone. Huh. Okay. So the archers can't shoot through people either. But if I attack that guy right now, the archer will nail me on the next turn, so I gotta be careful. And I think I'll be fine now. No, they're
like
defending each other. Go ahead.
I do like the element in this of you having to plan your moves, thinking, well, if I hit this guy, alright, he'll die, but this other guy will get me. And
yeah.
You gotta really consider about what position you end up in.
Much like Zaga, it's extremely tactical. Would you consider 868 Hack, which I couldn't show, more or less tactical than Zaga?
Ooh, I think more, because you end up with these different abilities that you can get. It's got a little bit of strategy in there too, and that you can build up these different abilities you get.
Yeah, it definitely
Plus
has more strategy.
Plus, the grid spaces all have a kind of a point to them.
Mm-hmm.
And also you can destroy some of the walls in it, which gives a few more tactical options with the environment. In Zaga, the random environment is just a kind of random obstacle. It's not.
Right,
It doesn't
yeah.
really feel like part of the game. It's just
Except if you're like avoiding turrets or something, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Oh, damn it. freaking archer.
Keppa, BC Redonk needs to know if you have gunner glasses, and that's a very important question.
Oh wow,
Very-
could is Eli there? Can I get free Gunnar glasses from Eli? So I can like do my pro gaming in style and protect my eyes while I'm at it?
Do they have a little clip that you can put your dew on?
I hope so, like a single Dorito in my glasses. Screw this firebomb guy. I just threw my spear at him and then picked it up. So I can get greater energy too, but that takes a heart away. Is that max life, Darren?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that. I can get greater throw.
It's one of the things is you end up kind of buying hearts so that in future time you can trade them for other abilities.
Yeah, I got greater throw. Oh, I thought you got healed when going downstairs in this one. I guess I was wrong. Well, screw that. Screw archers. Can I throw? Yeah. I'm very happy about my decision to get throw spear. Murder that guy. Yeah, this is really good. Very tactical. I wonder if this game was inspired in some way by Zaga.
I'm pretty sure there's definitely something there.
Yeah. Well, how much is this? Does anyone know?
I'll check.
What the hell? Oh, the mages. Damn it. Well, I kind of walked in that one, didn't I?
think it's
Hoplite iOS
$2.
is currently $2.
Oh, yeah, buy this game. Definitely buy this game. It's a good one.
I really
Oh,
like the concept of having one spear and throwing it. It's very
Yeah.
visceral to kill an enemy that way.
someone pointed out One Spear Savage being kind of, did they change the name of that game already? They may have. But anyway, yeah, there's a game where you throw a spear, but you only get one spear and then you have to pick it up. Titan Souls did that too. You had one arrow, which made a little less sense, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
What I like in this as well is you get the different upgrades, and some of those augment your attacks.
Hmm.
Like they make your bash affect a wider distance, or they give you a bigger throw distance, or they make it so that if you jump over an enemy, that will kill it as well.
Crap.
So you get these different things that kind of stack up, and they don't change the basics of, you know, you use this attack. You know, you can only hurt enemies by jumping, by sort of spearing into them or sword slashing them from the side.
I'm gonna get murdered so
big.
hard here.
This always happens.
There's
in
nothing I
games.
can do. Okay. So, you see what position I'm in the stream, right? Let's ask the viewers what the hell I should do here. Darren, any thoughts? If I didn't use my shield bash before, this would be no problem. I could, well, no, wait, I'd still die, never mind.
You just need to move
Move where?
towards the edge.
Really? Let me
Because
see.
the mage isn't going to shoot through the firebomb dude.
Oh yeah, I
So
always
you-
confuse the firebomb guy with the mage. They kind of look conceptually similar now.
You'll still be screwed the next turn, but you know.
Okay, well, I'm good for now. That's the
Keppa,
important
Eli is
thing.
ordering you to win.
What? I will! Coach says
Just
to
win.
win, I'm gonna win. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna jump towards this archer and murder him.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you saw it. I murdered that archer, and now I'm still safe. I can't jump again, so that sucks. Damn it. The mage can't murder me on this turn. The warrior might be able to pretty soon. Huh. Do I hope for a miracle, or do I just keep running? I'm gonna keep running.
Let's run for the end zone, man.
Run for the end zone. Okay, the mage might murder me. No, I'm gonna walk away. And the firebomb accidentally killed the warrior, so that's one less dude to worry about. I'm going to kill the mage with a spear throw. And then the firebomb guy is not dangerous in and of himself, so I win. I got out of that horrifying situation, and I'm gonna get a full heal. And I made it. I won.
Woo! Well done.
Now I better... How long is this? I forget. 9 floors, if I recall right?
I think it's 17 floors, and then after that you can go into an infinite dungeon.
Oh, holy crap. I don't remember that. Oh, I thought I was the guy in the top left corner for a second.
Yeah, see, that happens. Because they look quite similar.
They
It's a bit
very
more of a
much look
distinguished-
similar. Yeah, that's a problem.
You gotta look after the spear in his hand. Not sword, spear.
What can I do here? I'm just gonna murder that mage. He's dead. I'll backstab this guy and I let the firebomb destroy the other guy. And now I'm gonna go sheepishly pick up my spear and hope that nothing murders me. Lunge that guy. Kill the bomb guy. Yeah, the spear throw is the best attack you have, but if you use it, you lose the second best attack you have until you pick it up. That's very interesting. Can't go wrong with more max health.
Do you have any attacks left available to you once you throw it?
You can still backstab, and you can still shield bash, and you can still jump over things. So you still have a bunch, you just lose the lunge, but that's your second best attack.
And you can still bash things into lava or into the sides.
Yes,
to
so
destroy
you
them.
still have like a range of options. So I can't kill the archer because the mage will murder me. I guess I could run. I'm gonna still run. This is a crappy level. There's like lava everywhere.
It does kind of look like pepperoni.
What are you talking about?
GMCM says, well, implies that the lava looks like pepperoni.
Oh, it does. It looks
Don't
delicious.
stand in the pepperoni.
And he warns you not to stand in it.
I won't. Thanks for the pro tip.
Make like a cookery themed roguelike.
Stupid archer. Safe if I go here.
I'd play a cooking roguelike.
That'd be cool. You could be like cooking for adventurers that are actually doing all the work. So I don't have a very good strategy here, but let's go for it. I don't have any strategy here.
This is what it's like to watch Tony Hawk skateboard in real life.
I wanted to do a fancy Pro MLG multi-kill move, but it doesn't appear that's in the cards. So what the hell can I do here?
Multi-kill.
Multi-kill. I could jump far, far away from here. I'm gonna have to jump.
Get the shrine and win like hell.
Is that an option? I thought you had to kill all the monsters.
Oh, I have no idea.
You can go to the shrine before killing.
What the hell? The hell do I do here? That is the question of the stream.
Is that the goal of the game? To get the golden fleece?
Yes. You gotta get all the golden fleeces.
So the fleece is on level 17.
Okay. Okay.
And once you get that, you can either immediately end the game, or you can keep diving for extra score.
I believe I will immediately end the game if I get to that point.
It gets really tough towards the fleece. You get
Alright.
loads of these wizards.
I murdered everything. Gonna get some fortitude. I like how fortitude also gives you an extra health, so you can use it as like a mini heal without having to get a divine blessing, which makes you waste a level up. Damn it! Okay, I'll get the fleece, Eli. Christ. He's just giving me that order so I die. He wants to see me die.
Deep lunge.
Deep lunge is really good.
Deep lunch is more like it. I'm hungry.
Oh, those
Good.
pepperonis.
Oh, pro move coming up. And then I got shot. Never mind. It was kind of a pro move.
Hey man, you want to be an MLG pro gamer, you gotta take the hits.
You do. That's what Thresh tells me. who I know personally. Did I get that right? Because I usually say Fragmaster, but he's not a pro MLG gamer after all, it turns out.
Thresh.
Yes.
Does Thresh actually still game, or does he just sell things?
I think he just sells, like, hard drives now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he went the way of fatality. You know, he got the one.
Oh god,
That's
when I boot up my freaky computer, I see Fatality's face, by the way. I just want you to know this.
Is it like rendered in ASCII?
No, it's like an actual picture of him.
Oh wow. I wonder how much he like had to pay them to get him to do that.
Did the guy that made this make the game harder, or am I just woefully out of practice for this game? I'm not sure which.
Thok is saying there are achievements for that unlock skills for not killing mages and bomb guys.
Oh, screw that.
You get an achievement called, or you get a new skill called the Wizard Beam.
You get skills in this?
So you know the skills that you've been picking up with the upgrades, things
Yeah.
like better throw and stuff. You get a few extra ones that are unlocked if you score certain achievements.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's new. That's not on the Android version that I know, or...
It is in the Android version.
Okay, well, they didn't update then. What a horrible situation. I'm gonna get hurt. I think. I'm surrounded on all sides. There's no way to go. There's one way to go. It's not a good way.
It looks like you could just head to the left and then jump the lava and get the altar, then just leave.
That's what a novice would say. But like a pro MLG gamer like myself would do what I just did, which is murder everyone.
Oh, is that what's happening? I still got the delay. It looks like you just
Yeah, well,
really
take my word for it. Okay, I'm gonna jump over this guy and lunge stab the next guy, and then I'll be protected by the archer's arrows because I'm leaving one guy alive to tell the tale of my greatness. Yeah, I'm doing good so far. This is intense. I hope it looks intense to the viewers.
It looks intense, but it looks less horrifying to me than Zaga 33 when you run into a new room full of enemies.
Oh yeah, I guess it does, doesn't it? So I can't move anywhere to my left unless I jump, but then I'll be out of jumps. I could jump over something, but then get tagged by at least one thing.
You can still bash the bomb away, can't you? Or will that get you
No,
out?
I'd get hit by an archer if I did that.
Oh, right, because the archer right
I'm
there,
gonna take a hit because I don't want to be standing around forever and trying to figure out what the hell to do.
You could jump over to. You could jump to the left.
Too late, I already did stuff.
No.
Are these orcs you're fighting?
I think they're orcs. Pretty sure
Yes,
they're
this-
orcs.
This is a bit like chess with orcs then, just how I define a roguelike.
I thought chess had orcs in it.
It does, sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes? Please expound on your answer, David,
I can't.
for the entire class. What are you freaking archers? They're moving in tandem.
Chess with orcs is you get one free turn of slamming the board, and wherever the pieces end up, that's the new configuration.
I was just thinking of playing chess with the Shrek edition.
People do like Shrek. I'm gonna get another Divine Restoration like a loser. Just a complete loser.
In Shrek chess, are all the pieces Shrek? Or is
No,
only your
no.
king Shrek?
I think all the pieces are donkey.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing that right? Because I know it's
Donkey
pronounced
is the
differently
rook.
in the book. Alright, I'll start running. I'm gonna start running because this game's pretty slow paced because you need to agonizingly think out every move. Or alternatively, I could just like shut the game off if that pleases people.
Jump into the lava.
I won't jump into the
Pepperoni.
lava. It's pepperoni? Okay, I might jump into it. I gotta do some pro MLG evasion now.
They are wondering if you'll be playing Fargol after this.
Oh, maybe. I don't think I have that downloaded, actually. The hell do I do here?
Leap for freedom.
I'm gonna leap for freedom.
Can you take more than a single point of damage in a turn?
I believe so.
Oh yes.
If I use the altar, will it waste a turn?
I think you need to find out for all of us.
Okay, I'll do it for the children.
Throw that spear at the archer and take his place.
It does! That hurt a lot. They're all covering each other. This is crap. I'm gonna run for it. Oh, the ultra block shots. Okay, that saved my life.
Man, these guys are real team players.
They are. Alright, next floor. And it's just getting worse. Getting worse and worse. Oh, yep. I think I should do everything in my power to kill that mage. And I did. So if I jump over him, no sweet pro MLG gamer moves there. Could shield bash him. That didn't do anything. If I kill that guy, I'll get nuked by the mage, but if I don't kill him, I'll get nuked by the mage. So I just did a random move. It's my pro MLG strategy. Just do a random move. It'll work out in the end. So if I had deep lunge, I could get out of the situation, but I didn't get it, so I'm going to get nuked. Nuked twice. Yes, you can take more than 1 point of damage, it turns out. Damn it.
Terribly regretting decisions you made 3 levels ago as how
Yes.
you were playing a roguelike.
That's how it's done, I think. I'm going to die.
You should have known.
I should have known!
I knew.
You tried to ward me, but I just wouldn't listen. Okay, so I'm safe if I move next to the altar, but I'll die on the next turn. No, wait, spear throw! But now that I threw my spear, I can attack the mage, and he'll probably murder me soon.
Can you jump into the lava? I'm wondering if you could take your own way out.
Just take the honorable way out? Maybe. I need that spear so bad. He let me have it. Okay. Full heal. Which one's AH? Oh, Amber Halls. Isn't that one like really similar to Zaga? Do you know about this, Darren?
It's a bit more 868 like. It's very good.
Okay.
The developer's just made a new one called Power Grounds, which I think he's bringing out on iOS soon.
Oh, nice.
It's again very small grids, very tight tactical, good to consider every move.
Yeah, Michael Bro actually recommended Amber Halls, but I forgot to
Yes.
get it. So,
Definitely a good game.
God, what the hell am I supposed to do here?
Die.
This is probably the roguelike in which I said that the most, so by that indicator, it's probably the best roguelike on iOS.
Definitely very tactical.
Oh, that was a bad move. I actually just mistap, so... Man, I really wish I had deep lunge. Really wish I had that.
We all told you to get it.
Shut up!
Well, like deep lunge, Kappa.
No.
I need more hearts.
Need more hearts.
I just sort of whispered deep lunge wistfully as I saw him skip it on the screen.
We all knew your error. We all knew.
Why didn't you say anything?
There's a few quite nice skills to get in this. There's one of them called Surge, where if you do 3 kills in a row, it replenishes all your resources, including returning your spear to you.
Okay. Didn't he nerf the
Surge is
hell out of that? I remember he nerfed it like really bad, but it's still a really good spell.
Still good.
Okay.
Still very good.
So
Oh,
just
God.
a thinking man's Mountain Dew.
I'm just gonna take the hits. I'm gonna get the hell out of this nightmare zone. I'm taking the hits, coach. Oh, nice. That bomb guy's gonna murder all his friends.
I do love the bomb guys. They're more on your side than anyone else's.
I'm gonna murder that wizard there. Use my shield finally to hit the bomb away. Yeah, I survived this level. The final level.
I thought there were 17.
A 17? Ah, crap.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
What a bunch of crap.
4 years.
I got greater energy too because I couldn't get deep lunge just then. I'm throwing my spear immediately at the wizard because I hate them very much. Then I'm shield bashing the bomb away. Backstabbing this guy Ah, shit. The archer is now covering my spear. He's covering my spear and not moving from his spot. What a jerk. So yeah, that was the worst spear throw decision I've ever made. Picking up my spear and then running. Dying some more. Double backstab. Crap. Oh, the mages don't attack on successive turns?
No, they only attack every other turn.
Ah, crap. I'm dead. No.
Oh,
What has happened?
No. Damn it. I got pretty far despite not playing in a long time. I died on purpose, so I didn't provide too many spoilers of this game. There we go. So yeah, next game, Wazhack. Darren, you recommended this one.
yeah, it's a fun little roguelike game where instead of being turn-based, things only move as long as you're moving, which gives it a very gives it the same roguelike flow to the game. So you move at your own pace.
Yeah, it's
Makes
pretty
it
much
super
exactly like NetHack, except instead of moving in 4 directions, you move in 2, and sometimes you climb ladders.
Yeah, a bit of that. And it's got some interesting skills and abilities. It's quite a fun game, I find.
Who should I pick, or can I only pick one character? I thought I had to unlock these characters, but I guess not. Maybe he changed it. I will pick the knight. I have a tiny dog following me.
The knight gets a dog?
Yeah, everyone gets a dog, I guess, or a puppy. How do I do pet Dalmatian puppy? Oh god, I'm tapping on stuff by mistake. I need those mud boots.
Do you control the dog?
No, you can't control the dog.
What's
Peter
the dog
Molyneux
do?
would be like rolling around in his grave if you could control the dog, by the way.
But
Have to
what
die first.
No, he died.
does the dog do?
It does stuff. What's it not doing right now? I'm gonna kick that chest open
Can the
big
dog
time.
manage ladders?
Yes, I think so. Somehow.
Does it just sort of roll down the ladder?
I think so.
Oh, it's just sort of hovering right now. It's amazing.
I am going to go berserk in this one and die, because this is like a super complex one. I played it before though and I liked it. Oh man, look, a piece of sewer rat meat. Delicious. Oh wow, I'm getting all the sewer rat meat. There's a goblin. Goblins are like tiny Shreks. Darren, did you play this game much?
I've played the Steam version a fair bit. At
Okay.
various stages of development. It's quite a complex game, but I know I just quite like the basic interactions of it.
Yeah, it works well on iPad because, there's less directions to worry about. Yes, goddamn, I need to do another one of these probably and play Power Grounds and a bunch of ones I missed because I've skipped over some. There's a surprising amount of iOS roguelikes, it turns out.
Yeah, it's been really picking up the last year.
I freaking hate sewer rats. Did NetHack have sewer rats, or are they just regular rats?
They were just rats.
Okay, well, I hate sewer rats. Rats are okay.
I believe Krull had sewer rats.
Oh, I don't think they were called sewer rats, though.
Krull had a variety of rats, and then Adom had like the most rats.
So, you're saying that Adom is the best roguelike?
For rats, yes.
Okay, for rats.
Rats and rats accessories.
Very nice. Yeah, I was gonna do... You know how there's a black screen on the stream behind the iPad footage? I was gonna put something in there, and my choice was going to be, like, all the King of the Hill characters dressed as, Sailor Moon characters, magical girls. But Eli wouldn't let me.
Really?
So I'm gonna complain about that publicly. I don't see what the big deal was. Is that a lichen? That's a lichen. My dog just fell down a ladder. Lichen's attacking my dog. I gotta save my dog from the lichen. How come lichens never move in? Are they lichens or lichens? This never comes up for me in my day-to-day life.
I always wanted it to be lichens growing up, but then one day everything I believed in was shattered, and I found that it was lichen.
Oh, wow.
And
Lichen
yeah,
would be
Eli
more
said he
badass.
wanted more Sailor Moon.
Oh my, what a tragic misunderstanding.
Oh man.
Next time
I
I'll
believe he wanted the
have.
Sailor Moon characters dressed as the King of the Hill cast. I think that was the miscommunication.
Oh, that's not happening. It has to be the other way around, obviously. I got a level up. So the level up scheme in this one is interesting because it's you just pick a talent. And I forget what the good talents are. Darren, you want to help me with this?
Oh, I don't remember either. Just get anything that sounds cool.
Well, gastronomy sounds cool, but when I
Yeah,
look at it,
plunge.
it seems really crappy.
You get deep plunge.
No, I can't. Leave me alone.
Something
Just
that
leave me
resembles
alone.
Deep Lunge, get it.
I'm gonna get nightmare mode because I don't believe in this like crap easy mode.
Did you kill a lettuce about 10 seconds ago?
It was a lichen.
Oh.
You know, when I played NetHack for the very first time, I thought it was a lichen too. In fact, I thought it was like a tiny lich, which really threw me off because it was the first thing I ran into.
Yeah. Oh, in the chat, the Mikey Hooks people and I have like a huge rivalry because they keep cloning my games. You know that they're working on like Mikey the Mage next, right?
Are they?
They are. They totally are. Yeah, I met him at GDC and he whispered it to me. I'm making Mikey the Mage next, and then he like pranced away. Like a goblin, or since we're playing NetHack, like a leprechaun.
I should just have this sort of lilting, sing-songy voice.
You did. It was bizarre.
Eerie stalker game dev.
Everyone should have an eerie Oh God, what the hell's happening here? I'm being surrounded by goblins. Or kobolds, and they're large. And now I can't get past my dog because he won't let me through and I can't jump over him.
See, that's another thing. I always wanted it to be kobolds.
Kobolds? That's weird.
Well, that's what, you play NetHack back before the days of like Google Dictionary and pronunciation guides, and you just sort of come up with things on your own, but
Yeah.
but apparently the name comes from the same word as cobalt, like the ore.
That's
So-
I didn't know that.
Darren, do you know this? Can you confirm or
I'm
deny?
going to pretend that, yeah, I've known this all along.
Well, you are the
Yeah.
roguelike guy. I mean, come
Apparently,
on.
mythologically, kobolds like came from mines and like stole all your mine rocks. So
Wait,
Oh,
so
I
it's like
freaking hate kobolds then.
the same
Kobolds.
mythology as dwarves then? Like born from the earth and the like?
well,
Dwarves weren't originally born from the earth. That was more of a Tolkien invention.
Right, I was just going off that particular mythology.
No one cares about mythology except for Tolkien.
back in the old days, the pre-Tolkien days, like dwarves and elves and fairies and kobolds and goblins were all pretty much the same thing. Just
They were all
like
jerks.
different names for jerks that like would kill humans that like wandered off away from town and didn't follow the rules.
So here's an update. I saw a gas spore and I knew damn well what would happen if I hit it, but I didn't expect it to take all my remaining health. So I have a corpse on the ground now.
Oh, what game was it that had gas spores? Roguelike?
NetHack. All of them, I think.
I think. Yeah, didn't Crawl have them for a while and then they got removed?
No, they still have them. They just act differently now. Look at all this loot I have.
Wow, yeah, that totally.
So this was WazHack. Is WazHack free for iOS? I thought it was.
that gas spore death was wonderful.
It was. And I have a little picture of a gravestone.
That's like how you ragdolled.
I had 2 tasty red mushrooms, and the remaining 8 were toxic red mushrooms. And when I put a mushroom in my mouth, I started to scream. Just in case they would miss that. So, I think this is the best roguelike so far.
Wazhack
it-
is indeed free on iOS.
Oh, nice. Yeah, everyone get WazHack, too.
classes you can buy.
Die in a hilarious fashion.
And I've just checked, and lichen can also be pronounced lichen.
Oh, screw that.
Oh,
No, it can't.
I have a
Gotcha.
reason to live again.
I love lichens.
So Brogue is next.
You know what that
Bro.
The
last
almighty
game
Brogue.
reminded me of visually that I think could actually work pretty well on iOS is Red Rogue, if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I wanted him so bad. Wait,
Yeah.
Darren, isn't the guy that made Red Rogue also the guy that made Endless, or am I making that up?
It's the guy that made Ending.
Ending. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's the
That's
same
what I
guy.
was thinking of. Well, so can you harass him? Is he in the chat? I thought someone
He's not in the
was.
chat, but I regularly see him, so I will.
Harass him. I really
Yeah,
want Red
tell him to
Rogue.
put Red Rogue on iOS.
Yeah.
I know he had a
Yeah.
lot of trouble actually getting Ending on iOS, so I'm not sure how keen he'll be on that, but
Oh,
I will push him to do that.
man. So Brogue is like one of the best roguelikes out on PC, but it totally
iOS.
plays like crap on an iPad in
It's
comparison.
Much more of a conventional roguelike than what we've
Yeah.
seen so far.
So
Yeah.
let's take the opportunity to talk about conventional roguelikes for a while, I guess. Darren, you wanna just spout stuff there?
Yeah, sure. So Roguelikes have a long history going back to Rogue, which was published 30 years ago. Started off as this ASCII game that you could only play over Unix terminals, which is why it's in ASCII and why it's turn-based, because it couldn't do real time because it didn't have the processing power, um, and and it had procedural levels because it didn't have the RAM to actually make save games. So a lot of the features of roguelikes are entirely down to the restrictions of the time. But we came up with this whole interesting thing of having very replayable games where you're an adventurer, normally in a Dungeons and Dragons style,
Mm-hmm.
where the computer is essentially your dungeon master. It makes the whole dungeon for you. It makes the enemies for you, and so on. You get all these random encounters. You get to level up, etc. It's got a long history of that. Loads of roguelikes. Brogue is more. It may look very traditional, but it's actually one of the more modern roguelikes. In that it's got a lot of thought into the design of the game and the features of it. You get like it doesn't just clone a lot of Dungeons and Dragons mechanics. It does a lot of its own things. So instead of having, for instance, blunt and sharp weapons like Dungeons and Dragons used to do, instead it has different weapons have different kind of attack types. If you get an axe, it will hit 3 things around the area whenever you attack, and if you get a club, it might bash enemies backwards when you attack. So it's got lots of kind of positional attacks and things that make you think about what you're doing. So it's very based on you level up, but it's dependent on what you find. So you find all these scrolls of enchantment, and you find different items, and you've got to kind of customize your playstyle based on all of the different things you find. It's a very big game, very complex, lots to do, lots of ways to die.
It's complex and yet it's streamlined at the same time because he cut out a lot of
That's true.
non-essential cruft.
That's very true. But it's much more complex than the likes of Hoplite, which we saw.
Oh, definitely. That's like the new wave of roguelikes that are still
Indeed.
sort of kind of like Rogue, but
Yeah,
they're
still
extremely
definitely got the spirit
streamlined.
there. They've got the play style there.
Yeah, the turn-based and everything.
But Rogue was kind of like a stepping stone to those sorts of games in a way.
So then there's also the new definition of roguelikes, which means, well, it can mean permanent death and some sort of random content.
Well, the term gets used a lot more as a descriptor rather than a genre these days. So
It's
a bit
more of a
saying with
marketing term, I
RPG
think.
elements.
I think what
So-
happened is Spelunky kind of revived the whole action game that uses roguelike elements, because before that I remember Toe Jam and Earl. But
Yeah,
anyway,
Toe Jam-
Spelunky
Toe Jam
described
was one of
itself
the
as an action hyphen roguelike, like a
Yeah.
rich person's name. But what happened was, like, the press and fans saw action hyphen roguelike and just said, oh, it's a roguelike. So the term kind of got strange a little bit. That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, terms change over time, and a lot of what used to be called roguelike, yeah, the word means different things depending on how people
Right,
use
yeah.
it.
I
But I
wouldn't
think
have a
you
problem
see
with
a
the
lot of-
term changing if, like, the definition wasn't so extremely vague, and also if I wasn't playing roguelike still. It would be like if we suddenly started to decide to call video games plays instead, because you play them. Because people still watch plays, I think. I don't know. Maybe they don't. But yeah, that's
I don't
the,
know. I don't think there's any perfect terms. I think people get very caught up in trying to be fussy about definitions. I don't think it's as interesting as looking at the games themselves and seeing what interesting things they do.
Right. I just wish if they did that, they wouldn't call it a genre of roguelike, because it's more like. It's weird to name a genre after how saving and loading works in your game, since that can cover so many different types of games.
In a way, I think the games which have roguelike elements, even if they're not very roguelike, they have to have something good about them, because when you've got procedural content and permadeath in your game, you can't rely on a lot of really lazy game design that infects a lot of games.
Right,
you
yeah.
can't have all these crappy cutscenes and things that just slow down the pace of the game. You can't have really unfair things in the game. You've got to have a sort of balanced thing that people will be able to replay, will be able to enjoy, will be able to learn and get better over time.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, I think we kind of wandered into a kind of dead end for the checkpoint style of games, quick saving and quick loading. Because you have to appease everyone. You have to make your game easy enough so that everyone can get through it, so someone doesn't get stuck on a checkpoint. But if you do that, then it becomes boring and people quit anyway, so it's like a weird catch-22.
So
Why
this
is everyone
what-
talking about ants in the chat?
I don't know.
It's a reference.
Oh, I think it's maybe because everything's so small on the screen.
Well,
It's-
la-di-da.
It's an epic meme.
I see.
Uh,
I haven't been up on my memes recently, which is bad because I'm a game developer. Gotta
You need
gotta
to
keep up
keep
on
on
my
top of it,
memes.
yeah.
Okay, I'll play a different game, damn it.
I don't know.
Boo
I'm still
hoo.
really old school. and I
Boo
like
hoo.
the
That's the chat
ASCII
right now.
roguelikes. I don't think the ASCII really works on iOS, but if I'm playing a PC roguelike, I
To be
always
honest,
appreciate it when there's an ASCII option.
to be honest, even when I'm playing a PC roguelike, I can't stand no graphics anymore. I
Yeah, you
need at
don't
least
like
like
the
some
ASCII
minimal
stuff.
graphics. Okay,
I
this
don't know,
is
I'm really into
this is
the
100 Rogues.
imagination factor. I don't know. It's really
Yeah,
subjective, but
One nice thing for mobile roguelikes is that an ASCII roguelike will use very little processing power, because the background's all black and small bits of text here and there. It really cuts down your battery life, or your battery usage, which is good.
Oh god, the ants thing was a Zoolander reference.
You didn't know that?
No, I did, but it slipped my mind at the time.
Hey, you really need to brush up on your Ben
I need to brush up on the whole Ben Stiller, what's it called, an oeuvre? His body of work.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you say body of work in a super fancy way? There's a French
I don't
term
know,
for it.
Never needed to use that word.
Well, I need to use it now because we're talking about Ben Stiller.
You just say his career, maybe? I don't know.
Not good enough.
You make me Google this.
I'm
Never
gonna
gets to listen to me type.
turn the car around. If anyone makes
So-
fun of my roguelikes one more time, and go home. Taking the basketball and going home. So this is 100 Rogues. Who's familiar with it? Everyone?
yeah, it's been out for a while. What I remember most were performance issues I had with it.
Yeah.
This the one everyone complained about?
This is the one everyone complained about, yes, David.
Okay, I was trying to remember. I didn't want to badmouth this game if it wasn't that one.
I like the dance routine you're doing with those rats, by the way.
Oh, what the hell? Enemies get their attack turn first. I forgot about that. That was so weird in this game.
It's a very nicely choreographed.
What's
David,
going
you
on
were saying
here?
something about how everyone hated this.
That's all I remember from it. Like, when it first came out, there was a lot of negative criticism.
Well, because it crashed a lot. And I think I played it like a couple years after it still crashed a lot. I like the game though, it crashed a lot.
Okay, that might have been it, yeah. Just the major complaint was simply the game wouldn't run.
Seems to be
Crashing and
doing fine so
performance
far.
problems. But I think it was also kind of, it's not super difficult, but it was like one of the earliest iOS roguelikes that I can remember at least, and I think it was wasn't quite entry level enough at the time.
Maybe.
So people were like, what is this?
Why are there rats attacking me? Because it's a roguelike. It's one of the things.
Mm-hmm. You can't have a roguelike without rats
No, you need rats and potion identification.
They're not sewer rats.
and orcs.
No, not sewer rats. That's awful. And orcs.
And probably scrolls, too. You can't have a good roguelike without scrolls.
True. Yeah, Thok. I think this is Keith Burgoon who made this game, and I think he attracts ire wherever he goes for some reason. Not necessarily his fault either. Darren, you know Keith. He's a nice guy, isn't he? He sounds pretty sane on Roguelike Radio.
I've not spoken to him quite a while actually. I know he's been busy developing Aura, which is his
Oh,
new
yeah.
game he's planning.
Oh, is that the one? Yeah.
That's the one with the anime girls, right? Am I thinking of a different one?
That's like that Golden Prince one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Anime boys. I'm sorry.
I believe he goes on 4chan's video game board and harasses people frequently about it.
Maybe. That's a good idea. If you have a game with anime girls or boys, it's good to go to 4chan. That's what
Or
I've heard.
someone does it in his name, perhaps. I've had someone impersonate me on 4chan before, and I
Why?
can't fathom why. I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. You're as famous as I am, which is not famous at all.
What
Brandon
was-
and I were just looking at this thread, and it was, the amateur game design thread, and someone just said, "Hey, I'm the programmer for Rocket Cat Games, and I made Mage Gauntlet," and I'm just looking at it like, what?
Why would? Wow. Up to people.
Ask me
to-
anything.
Did he say like a lot of anti-Semitic stuff or something, or?
Was he dragging your name for the mud?
Yeah.
Well, I said, "No, you're not him. I'm him," and then he just disappeared. So
Huh. It's just kind of bizarre.
What are my abilities? I've
Yeah.
forgotten how to do anything in this game.
Can
at
you eat
all?
your giant ham shank?
I could eat my giant ham shank.
Does it give you health?
Maybe. Let's see. Okay. Do I have a level? Oh, I do. I have 2 points available. I can get the Whack of Glory.
Get it.
I can get Faith passive, or I could get Energy Blade. I'm gonna get Energy Blade. That sounds great.
No, get the whack of glory. Remember the last time you didn't take an attack?
No, leave me. I can't take all the attacks that everyone recommends.
It's the closest thing to deep lunge there is.
Okay, so I tap myself, and then yeah, I have abilities now. I just nuked that guy. Nuked him good. Now I'm poisoned. So Darren, you remember playing this one, right?
I have not played it actually because I don't have an iOS device, and it's never been ported to Android.
Oh yeah.
Locked from this game.
Way to go! I gotta say that because we're at an iOS site.
I know.
Primarily, anyway.
Are you carrying a bunch of
Thankfully,
rocks?
Yes, I'm carrying a bunch of rocks. Christ, David. It's a
Use your
roguelike.
rocks.
In a roguelike, you carry a bunch of rocks and you're invincible if you do so. The load time's way
Carrying
better than I
a bunch
remember.
of gems that turn out to be worthless glass.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a good picture of NetHack.
Oh crap, what's this guy doing? I forgot this game, I haven't played it in a while. He's shooting a rocket at me.
Oh, actual rocket?
It's very slow. I'm like easily moving past it, easily. Ow. Ow. What a bunch of crap. Oh, they're turning on you, Darren. They're turning on you in the chat. They're calling for your blood now.
Okay, and my blood.
Wait, okay, so you went from fighting like stereotypical fantasy monsters, now you're fighting robots?
Yes. Yes, I
Huh.
am. I'm gonna get murdered here.
Tell me about the rich plot of this game.
I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. It's all culminating here. All in this
I think
moment.
You go to hell in this game, and then there's some anime demon girls, if I recall,
Yes, there are anime demon girls.
Why didn't you
and
take
I believe there's like a wailing guitar solo in the hell levels.
I
Why don't you
think
have Bag
so.
of Glory?
I'm dead. Whack of Glory would not have helped. No, wait. Whack of Glory would have saved my life. Damn it. We'll find
You know
that.
what would have saved your life is deep lunge.
Yeah. Wait, the hand didn't do anything.
What? I guess not.
No, you ate it and nothing happened.
Well, I ate the ham.
Did he start eating the ham, and then there's like it takes multiple turns to eat the ham?
It satiates you. It doesn't. It's not magical ham necessarily.
It just vanished. So your last act before dying was eating a ham.
I'm gonna play the fairy wizard and see how I do with that, and then I'll see. Stop making fun of 100 rogues. Especially you, Eli.
Eli has touched upon the best way to make fun of something is just saying "lol" and then the title of the game. That's all
It's
you have to say.
it's maximum efficiency. Then anyone reading this, like, their mind goes racing. What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my problem with this game is, as a designer, he has like a really big thing for enemies that run from you and do ranged attacks. And I really hate that when it's like every enemy in a roguelike is like that. It wears on you.
Huh. Just reading the text there. So I guess you're going into the bandit hole to find Satan. Interesting.
That always trips me up. The enemies get their attack turn first if you run away from them.
They get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, they do. It's pretty weird for a roguelike. It makes sense though. It's interesting.
Keith says it was specifically to stop the usual roguelike tactic of just running away to a corridor whenever you get surrounded.
That's
Well,
like
it's you just take one hit and then you can run to a corridor though.
yeah, it's weird. It's like a fundamental part of roguelikes is funneling your enemies.
Yeah, to corridors. If it doesn't
Okay.
do that, it's not a roguelike.
Really, in any game that has that kind of thing, it's a fundamental part of that game. Like the ability to put the odds in your favor.
Well, there's other stuff you can do in this one. You get your abilities. How it animates a little slow, I guess. The animations are really cool, though. It just animates a little slow. Just a little bit. Rotten food, alright. Doing some speed runs here.
So what are you carrying? I'm seeing a bottle of yellow liquid, a blue biscuit, and some knives.
I think it's my urine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say that.
I think it's my urine. So it restores 20 health and 20 energy. Heal meal, it's a magical meal that actually heals me. Some throwing knives, I got a wand, and I could spend a point. I can get crystal caltrops, teleport, or confuse. I'm getting crystal caltrops. Look at all these treasure chests.
So much loot.
Plus 2 dagger poisoning, alright. I really could use that on my previous character. Do I have gold? No.
The heal meal's icon doesn't appear to be centered in its box.
Whatever, who cares?
Just these minor critiques about the game.
I noticed a couple people in the chat talking earlier about a game called Out There. Is that a roguelike?
Nah, it's not a traditional roguelike. It's like Faster Than Light with no combat element, and instead it's mostly about exploration and tootling around on a spaceship. It's pretty cool.
I was gonna say,
Spaceship? Maybe I was looking at the wrong game then. It looked like a 2D side view kind of. I don't want to say Metroidvania, but I'm going to say it looked like a Metroidvania.
Okay. You can, and this is a safe place, Jeremy.
is it really?
No, not at all.
Man, they really like barrels in that bandit hole.
Yeah, well, you know.
Gotta
Gotta
have
store your barrels somewhere. May as well store it in the bandit hole. This place really is called the bandit hole, by the way.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it was introduced as such.
The bandit hole. So there's an annoying ranged enemy.
In the bandit hole.
Oh, I see. Out There Somewhere is a Metroidvania, and Out There is a space roguelike.
Out there
Or
somewhere.
space,
Oh, I haven't
whatever
heard
it
of that
is.
one. Maybe I should just check it out. Can't rest monsters. Damn it! Murder everything.
What are those little purple crystals you keep dropping everywhere?
They're purple. They're my. It's my ability.
Oh yeah.
So I get to
that's-
shoot something, and whatever I shoot is. Is someone saying that League of Legends is a roguelike? Yeah, whatever,
A
sure.
little bit facetious.
Wait, I want to hear him out.
Yeah, let's hear JJEMCM's reasoning.
My favorite roguelike was Dead Space 3.
That was a pretty good roguelike.
I really enjoyed it.
A lot of people. I had a showcase booth at GDC, the Game Developers Conference, and a lot of people asked me if the game we're working on, Jeremy, is a roguelike. And you know what my response was?
What is your response?
Sure, whatever. Buy it.
That's the correct response.
It is. I'm very interested that somehow we're now living in a universe where calling your game a roguelike is a good marketing strategy. How the hell did that happen?
What a world.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very surreal that we now get roguelike forums and things flooded with people posting about the Kickstarters and such, and we're like,
And a lot of
just
them
here
are
playing
not
nasty
roguelikes at all,
roguelikes. We
right?
don't really care about your Kickstarter.
My favorite are games that call themselves a roguelike without having permanent death or random level generation, like the bare minimum.
I don't think I've seen that.
I've seen a couple.
I mostly see the fans, oversimplifying it. The developers usually know the difference and call themselves with roguelike elements or inspired by roguelikes, etc.
Yeah.
Eli brings up a good point. Isn't any game a roguelike when you only have one life left?
Yes, Flappy
Isn't
Birds is definitely a roguelike. Yeah, if you make it super vague where it's just permadeath and randomly generated content, any arcade game fits that bill, doesn't it?
I don't know if I've ever seen an arcade game with randomly generated content.
Oh, most of them. Flappy Bird, because the pipes are at different heights in every game, so that's randomly generated content. It's procedural.
Well, here I am
gotcha.
thinking of actual arcade games.
Yeah.
Arcade games.
Oh, yeah.
Like Golden Axe. Was that a roguelike? I think it was. Because whenever you're in a camp and those little guys would start attacking you and stealing your food,
Yeah,
it was
it
a
had
random
elements
amount.
of kicking dwarves.
You never knew how many dwarves you were gonna get. It was random.
Oh, wow, yeah. You're absolutely right. Everyone
You had to
talking
make
is absolutely
tactical
right.
decisions about how to kick the dwarves to get their loot.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. What game are you even talking about now? I lost track because I was playing 100 Rogues.
Talk about Golden Axe.
Oh, yeah. Golden Axe.
I would love to see a roguelike inspired by Golden Axe, side-scrolling beat-em-up style, Streets of Rogue maybe.
Oh, yeah. I want to do a game like that, like a River City Ransom type game, but randomly generated.
It could work. Could
That
see
could
it.
definitely work.
Murder these
Right,
things.
why hasn't it been made already?
It's hard, I guess.
Yeah.
Legend of Dungeon was kind of like that.
I think the hardest part about that kind of game would be giving it enough longevity and depth.
I'm gonna die. I'll drink
Well,
a
I've
potion.
replayed Golden Axe about 10 times, so if had random levels, even better.
Oh, yeah. I think Diablo 3 added like a random level mode, but instead of randomly generating the levels necessarily, they just like remix everything. So you're getting like random quests to
Yeah.
different orders, so that's weird.
Oh, that's.
It's still, it's a little bit, it has that feeling of you're not quite sure what's around the next corner. But then it doesn't really matter in Diablo, because it's all kind of samey content anyway.
Right, yeah, there's not a lot of tactics to Diablo, so the randomization doesn't really matter. It's an interesting point. Like, someone was asking me if Diablo played in hardcore mode was a roguelike.
Well, Diablo was actually based on Angband, which is a very old traditional roguelike.
Right, I know.
Like, the early versions of it were turn-based of Diablo.
Oh, interesting.
And then they decided during the design to change it. And I would say technically it has many roguelike elements, but it's not very good at being a roguelike.
Yeah, so it's a crappy roguelike then.
Yeah, that's how I define it. But I know some people like it.
Well, yeah, I understand why people like Diablo. It's just I like Diablo, hell. But Diablo's thing, like, it wasn't the combat that was good, because it certainly wasn't good. Or the story or anything, or the random content. What was great about Diablo was the loot system.
What I loved was being able to play with friends. That was really cool. I'd love to see a roguelike where you get to play roguelikes with co-op modes.
Wasn't that Diablo?
Well, okay, a good roguelike with,
Okay,
with
okay.
co-op.
So yeah, for anyone tuning in, when I'm playing 100 Rogues, it hasn't crashed even once, and I'm in the bandit hole. I'm in the bandit hole times 3.
I believe you're fighting some manner of hell rat.
I think it's a sewer rat, which is, a deal breaker for me.
Oh, it's red. It has glowing yellow eyes. I'm
I was
assuming
immobile
it's
and he still bit me. What a bunch of crap. Oh no, I'm gonna die.
You still have your holy biscuit.
Whatever. Don't tell me what to do.
What was that thing called again? A heal meal?
Heal meal, yeah. I'm dead. And 100 Rogue is permadeath, which means if you die once, you have to delete the game. I'm deleting all these games because I died once in
That's
them.
how it works.
Except for Cardinal Quest, that gets to stay because I didn't die, and Shattered Planet. Because I threw myself off a cliff in that one. So yeah, let's try Dungeonism, and this is the last one I have actually.
What's it called?
Dungeonism.
Dungeonism, okay.
My hand's starting to cramp up from all this pro MLG gaming.
Should've gotten a stylus.
I should have gotten some Gunnar glasses. Name your new character. Any name recommendations?
Name isn't.
Ben Stiller.
Oh. Ben Stillerism.
Does it fit?
Is it auto-correcting me? Oh, what a bunch of crap. Damn it. After many days of travel, you have arrived at a village on the edge of the land of dungeons. I'm not going to read the rest. So I remember really liking this game when it came out, but it crashed a bunch of times, and eventually it crashed when I was like 20 minutes into a dungeon, and then I stopped playing.
See how long we can last this time.
Well, 100 Rogues didn't crash, I might have to start playing that again. I did enjoy it. Look at me go.
Fearsome Forest.
BC Redonk, yeah, and it's a portrait mode game that's the worst for hand cramping. For whatever reason.
On iPad?
Yeah, I guess I gotta work up my wrist a little bit better. Is this reggae music?
Are you finding bread or... Oh, okay, those are coins. They look like loaves of bread.
Maybe they are.
That's the currency in this world.
Loaves of bread?
Mhm.
In a perfect world, loaves of bread would be the currency.
And the bakers would be millionaires?
Maybe. They'd hold all the power. Oh, I got a bow and arrow. Plop.
Oh, this game's a little hard to follow.
I'm the little dude down there, and I'm stabbing things.
I'm thinking more in like terms of conventional roguelikes. Like, I'm noticing the enemies are just kind of warping around.
Oh, I kind of like that, though, because it means, like, you don't have super long animation timers. Yeah, hand cramping is a definite thing that all pro MLG gamers face on their day-to-day lives. It's a real serious issue that, you know, deserves serious discussion. So that's why we're here today.
Or throw the
Love to
screen
get
on that.
some fingerless MLG Pro Gamer gloves.
Does Gunnar make that? Because they make
hope
those
so.
glasses that I hear are great. Gunnar glasses. I got a spell.
I'm hoping they make a version of the glasses that has a little clip on the side to put your stylus.
Oh yeah, my stylus as I'm using the iPad.
Your Pro stylus.
My pro stylus, I'm sorry. I've unlocked Fearsomest Forest 2.
I think you have a lot of arrows.
They do make gloves that have styluses built into the fingertips.
Okay.
So when you're playing your iPad roguelikes out in the cold winter,
And there's
Wow.
no fingers.
I have a pair of those. They're not very accurate, so you end up finger fudging a lot of moves, which is not what you want in the likes of Hoplite. They're alright for games which have swiped move, so they work well for ending, and they're okay for 868 hack.
I'll have
The
to
ones where
play
you
ending
tap
next
to move
time.
are very hard. I see the graphics in this game are kind of the items have the same kind of poppy outness as enemies. I find that quite distracting.
Yeah, you get used to it though if you're actually playing it. It's hard visually if you're a spectator.
I think that's the case with a lot of roguelikes. So a lot of games in general, actually. You
Yeah,
have
it's
the
a
same
hard
sense of
problem
awareness.
now.
I don't really care for any backgrounds. Like the tiles you can walk on and the tiles you can't walk on, the same background. So it's just kind of jarring.
It's very floral. I like the art style and concept. The hell am I? I'm getting away from that. I'm gonna kill that bat. I'm gonna murder it. That bat backstabbed me.
Ben Stillerism slash the fly trap.
No.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, my name's up there.
really resilient.
Well, Ben Stiller's gone through a lot of problems in his career, but he always rises out on top.
Yeah, you need to give a call to Owen Wilson. Get yourself a movie deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is Dungeonism. I thought I could backstab rats, but I forget how. My
Is it
energy's low.
Just rats exclusively that you can backstab?
Yes, you can only backstab rats in this game.
It's more of a rat
Regular
stab.
rats
then.
or sewer rats?
I think the game leaves it up to your own personal interpretation. I can backstab this thing. That didn't work.
Maybe-
Backstab. If you hit a rat from behind, you're not so much hitting its back as its back side.
You're pretty much just plunging your hand into it from above and just smashing it, which is
Yeah.
a very
From
intense
behind.
image.
Is it from above or from behind?
Both.
It really
I'd say from
Depends on
above.
How many legs it's standing on?
And how big the rat is.
These are all interesting questions about rats.
I mean, a rat is occupying like the same amount of space you are, so it could be a really big rat.
Very big rat.
Or you could be very.
Yes,
Ah,
that's
yeah.
true too. The relative size, though, implies that there probably would be a back for you to stab.
Okay. I'm just checking the back side you're having to stab.
Alright, I think we've explored the concept of rat stabs pretty good. Or have we?
I don't know. Depends. Like, Jeremy brought up if it was standing on both legs, like just the back two legs, it would have a
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
clear back.
Yeah, definitely. But then it'd probably be weaker at its front.
This
Yeah, I
music
have
is
to
just
wonder.
so jazzy.
Well, what if it was standing on its front legs?
You're distracting me.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm gonna die
What?
because you're distracting me.
Then you have to be in
If
front
it
of
was an
to backstab
alligator,
it.
Oh god. I gotta use all my pro MLG gamer skills to get out of this situation.
So what happens if you run out of energy in this game?
You do crap damage. It's like Dark Souls. Just like Dark Souls.
Why is the fly trap such a brutal enemy?
I don't know. I'm,
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
kill
wrecking
him.
you.
He is. He's Shrekking me.
Maybe you are the fly.
Maybe. That would explain why I can backstab rats.
Yeah, maybe you are really tiny. That's why the fly trap is probably the hardest enemy in the game.
Yeah, BC Redonk. When you run out of energy, you just do really bad damage, I believe. I'm not sure if there's any other... Oh wow, I just chucked that
Quite
bat
sure
across the
I
room.
understand all the symbols that are on the screen.
There's a lot of
Like why are
symbols.
holographic cubes appearing around things and then stars and then...
Why is reggae music playing? Oh, block puzzle. So you know how it's a real roguelike. If there's Sokoban style block puzzles like a
I
NetHack.
love Sokoban.
That was awful.
I hate that so much.
You just had to consult a spoiler like every time you wanted to play the game.
Oh god, my hand. I should get like an assistant to hold the iPad for me. Or I could just put it on my... No, I can't put it on my desk, damn it. Going into Fearsomest Force 3. Oh, if you rest you become ready to block in any direction. That's good to know.
Huh. Blocking negates damage?
Yeah. It's hard to get a feel for what the tactics are in this game because you can like do power slams on things, but it seems just as good to just wail on them, to be honest.
Wait,
Maybe it becomes important later.
why did you get some experience in Sneak? You were fighting like everything.
I was backstabbing rats, remember?
Oh. And that count as sneaking.
It does. I believe it does.
It's pretending not to notice the rat so you can get behind it, then stab it.
Yes. Just looking innocent. Oh, damn it. I was trying to, like, read the description for my spells, but I just ended up using it twice.
Picked up an experience point.
That block made little honking noises. I'm not sure what that does.
That's kind of the theme of this game, isn't it? I'm not sure what that does.
Yeah, I don't remember what it does. I knew once. Leave me alone, damn it.
The spell was very refreshing.
Very refreshing. Well, that thing half murdered me. And I think this room's on fire.
That's some door puzzle he had there.
Very Zelda-esque. Rat stab, yeah.
This game is definitely a little goofy in how much damage these things are taking from your sword.
Those are pretty badass rats. They work out.
Yeah. The rat was tougher than the imp.
Darren, would you say that this is like the strongest rat you've seen in a roguelike, except maybe Adon?
Yeah, definitely. I've not seen a stronger rat than this. Which is, I think they should put that as a selling point.
Yeah, they should make that like an ad campaign for their game. We got the strongest rats.
The hardest
30%
rats.
better than any other rat you'll find.
You won't find a stronger
Maybe
rat
even
in any
40%.
video game.
These rats are too swole to control.
Leave me alone about deep lunge. The chat will never let me forget. I'll be like 80 on my deathbed, and someone from the chat would be all, "You should have gotten deep lunge."
That would really come in handy here.
It would actually.
Gotta be inscribed on their tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Should have gotten deep lunge.
Here lies Keppa. Should have gotten deep lunge. I like how I can send the bats across the room now. I think that's why I played this game for so long. I like it though. I like the jazzy music. But I
Still
am
a
running out
little-
of steam.
A little upset about the background.
Should write him an angry. Well, the background's a forest.
Is it?
Yes.
That is?
It's an abstract forest.
I don't...
He is in the Fearsome Forest. Well, he was in the Fearsome Forest. Are you still in the Fearsome Forest?
I'm in
Because the
Fearsome
walls-
Forest 3, and I'm in the
the walls
Fearsome Forest
are-
boss room. It's very fearsome.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm getting murdered by rats. I'm in the rat room. What battle?
They kind of look like foxes.
They're rats. I'm
It's
sure of it.
abstract.
I know they're rats. I know in my heart that these things are rats.
Oh, wow. That is a real rat room.
What a rat room. Oh, I get it. I get the boss pattern now. He's only sometimes vulnerable.
What is the boss?
Some dude. The Rat King? I don't know.
I'm waiting to see a name to come up.
Let's see. From Hell's Heart. He's the Rat Summoner.
Oh. Wow.
Not that inventive of a name, really.
Oh yeah.
Game's really
He's really doing it.
It makes sense. I mean, he's the Rat Summoner.
all in on these rats.
Look at all these rats. Oh, now the Rat Summoner's pissed.
Oh no. Should probably just cut him some more.
I'm gonna cut him some more. That's what I'm gonna... I don't need any help with this.
Are you sure?
Well, I need a little bit of help, because all the rats are attacking me.
Looks like he's ratting you out.
Is the blue rat a sewer rat?
I think the chat is a step ahead of us, and they're making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jokes.
Oh, we have been talking about rats for a
Oh,
while
when you said
now.
the Rat King.
He's the Rat King. Oh, let me read this. The Rat Master of the fearsomest forest has been slaineth. You'd think that the other creatures of the forest, who had all lived in fear of him, would thank you for your service. Instead, they still mostly want to eat you. Perhaps it's time you made your way to the heathen moors.
To what?
The heathen moors.
Is that like a store in the mall?
I think so, yes. Oh man. Okay.
Is that that abstract symbol is the Rat King, right?
I guess.
So I got a promo code from a developer for a roguelike, but I don't have it set up so I can turn off my screen when I'm feeding in my sensitive information. I guess I could just yank the cord, but that might mess up the stream. So,
Just
Can
share.
you put your hand over it?
no, that's not how it works, Darren. No, I'll do another one of these, and when I do it, I'm sure I'll play Power Grounds, because that sounded interesting. I'll have to check it out. I think I'll do another one. I have to do another one, because I promised Eli that I'd get my anime girl background for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the expectations live up to now.
There's very high expectations now, yes. All right, I think that's a pretty good way to end it. My hand's starting to cramp up real bad
But I
now.
want to see the Heathen Moors.
No, you don't get to. If you want to see the Heathen Moors, you got to buy the game.
Oh, man, probably can't even run
And
the game.
kill enough rats.
With iPhone 3, so you can't run anything.
Yeah, you want to see the Heathen Moors, you got to get past the Rat King.
You do. It's a test of courage.
The Rat Summoner.
So yeah, thanks for being on, Darren. You interested in being on again if we do this again?
Yeah, totally.
All right. Yeah, I'll get some more roguelike people because there's a lot of them I haven't covered. And that's about it. I'm gonna shut down pretty soon. Any final thoughts, David or Jeremy? Or
I'm really sick of rats.
that's a good thought. Jeremy, any rat thoughts
Yeah.
to close us off?
I think there's not enough rats, really.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
wow.
put that out there.
So not everyone's in agreement here.
I
Oh,
think
rats
there
off
needs
to
to
you.
be a rat-like game,
Darren, what do you think? You'll be our tiebreaker here.
or a game with rat-like mechanics.
Rat
I
likes.
think I'd like to see the hind part of a rat more.
Wow, that's gross.
So just that half of a rat.
Yeah, the podcast.
The front half isn't so nice. Back half.
We've brought up a lot of unanswered questions about rats in this stream, so
Maybe we'll answer this next time. I'm gonna shut the stream off.
Go more in depth about rats.
Nice, Jeppe.
All right, see everyone later.
bye.
Hey.
Bye.